Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of uh, Monday Night in America or Trekking Across the Universe. We are doing the review program for House of the Dragon. We're going to be discussing episodes 6 and 7, so we have quite a bit to get to. But, folks, I do want to put it out there. I think this is the first time we're officially going to ask. It's been in the titles for the longest time, it's been on the website, but we did set it up. It is there. I know we've never asked, but we're asking now. If you so choose, we would gladly accept any tips, donations. However, you can figuratively and literally buy us a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/NDB Media. We have several levels of support. We have internet conscripts. That is the NDB Media Army. And then, of course, we have our special forces. And then we're going to have special items starting off with chat rooms. So every time we reference a chat room, if you buy the chat room, your name, your group, whatever, will own the chat room on each particular program. So it's the first time we're going to get this going. I know it's just there. You don't have to do anything. But if you feel that you want to help out the hosts or the program, it's there. So I'm going to stop. You know who I am. My name is Roger. Liz, how you doing, young lady? How's
Hi,
everything?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Excited about tonight. 2 episodes.
Yep.
Woohoo! All right, Lord Gregor, how are you
Good
doing?
evening, sir. Doing well.
All right, and of course, yes, we have the princeling Sir Richard. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Grace, Richard. How are you, Richard?
I'm fine. All hail capitalism.
All hail, Michael. How's everything out there where you're at?
Warm, but it's good. It's good.
All right, fair enough. And going by Team Black, how you doing, Hope?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real well, thank you. Did you notice my flub last time when I was talking about something and I took your name in vain twice?
You did.
I didn't
I
know.
saw it.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I
oh
saw it.
man, I'm hoping against hope. I'm like, ooh, that's
And you're
not
like, no,
right.
wait, not hope.
Yeah, I know. I thought that one was funny, but it's all good, folks. We're gonna get to it. Episode 6, Small Folk, and episode 7, the Red Sewing. So there's a lot to get to. So let's get to episode 6. Your rough ideas of maybe what you were expecting going in, or your general thoughts on the episode. Go, Michael.
Oh yeah, you know that I'll just get out of the show now. So, you know, but we're talking about 6, right?
Episode 6, yes.
Oh yeah, it was so long ago I saw it now.
Really? I
Um,
saw it 2 hours ago.
well, that's not me.
Not me either.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
or
personal
me.
problem.
So
I will
it's been a
say,
while. It's
unfortunately,
been a while.
I do have 3 pages of notes for episode 6, all handwritten. No spaces in this one, man. It is about 2.5, and I only have 2 pages of notes for episode 7. So, kind of
Oh
hefty.
wow, I thought it'd be the reverse.
Well, it was well. That's interesting. We'll talk about that. But Michael, all kidding aside, Small
Um,
Folk, episode 6. Get us
uh,
going on that one.
yeah, it was. I hope I've got the right episode. It combines for me. Um, this wasn't the one that they were. Oh, yeah, it was the first time they tried to get a dragon rider. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Um, that was intense. I mean, I thought that first one was going to make it, and then all of a sudden, boom! I mean, it was nice seeing the dragon up close. I mean, it really was. That's what I enjoyed, to be perfectly honest.
Hope, what were your thoughts on that? Because I felt that he hesitated too much. I mean, he was tippy toeing over. It's like the dragon kneeled, neighed, whatever you want to call it, was ready to go, and it took him like 3.5 years to take a step.
I think his voice is what got him in the end when he started saying, I got it, and the dragon hearing his voice is what deterred him from accepting him as a rider.
Hmm.
Liz,
Exactly what Hope said, but also, which you'll find out later on in the episodes, he pretty much had already bonded himself to something else, and wasn't going to take anything. That was Sea Smoke, you realize.
Oh, right. I hope you were saying he bonded. Like he blew up. He was in flames. What did he?
No, Sea Smoke. He bonded.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that too, and I go,
I
wait a
thought
minute.
so. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. He bonded with
Okay,
something
fine.
else.
I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, you're good. It's all right. It's all right. We haven't done this for a little bit. Fair enough. Lord Gregor and then Richard, your thoughts just as we get going on the episode.
Well, I mean, considering this show, a series of shows, you knew the first guy was going to become a marshmallow. It was, and it's probably macabre, but it was fun to watch. But yeah, you know it was going to happen.
I liked him though.
Yeah,
I didn't want him to die.
Yeah, there's always that, but that's also the show.
Well, the casting director obviously had a different.
Oh
idea
my
on the
God!
direction.
Yes. Hi, Rockers, Los Angeles. You are not a player, but a piece on the board. Hells yeah, that was a great line. Yes. Now that one was in. Was that one in episode 7? It was. Oh no, still episode 6, right? Oh no, that was episode 7. We're gonna get to that one in a little bit. But yes, good evening. We are having the council right now. Rockers, you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. Let us know. Richard, your thoughts on episode 6 as we get going?
Well, as far as the dragon and the dude, Lord Seth or whatever, or Syphilis or whatever his name was.
Stefan?
Yeah, I just didn't think he had the on-screen presence or the panache to pull it off. And I thought, well, as soon as he said, "I got this," oh man, that dragon's going to kick your ass because you're getting too cocky. And and I think I have to agree. I think it was Gregor who said that, the first dude's going to be up. He's just going to be cannon fodder because we have to do that. We just can't have the first person to come along to jump on a dragon. That'd be too easy. So I just think Sea Smoke just said, you know what? You're too cocky. Here's some fire for you. So, yeah, I have to agree with, it would have been too easy. And then then the kingdom would have been saved and we could have, So anyway, we know how it turned out in the end. Sea Smoke went to go get his own writer. And I was surprised. I heard rumors that once we found out who the writer was for Sea Smoke, that they were going to change the name to Sea Woke. But I guess it didn't happen.
Well, I was surprised when they were talking about Stephen Darkling to write a dragon, and I did appreciate the line where he says, wait a minute, but is grandma of a grandma bloodline? I mean, look, nothing personal. I mean, they were following the correct line, but that's a little thin, isn't it? The grandmother's grandmother? How many is that? What's that? Is that 6 generations? I don't know. I mean, if you cut everything in half and half.
At least 4.
Yeah.
At least 4.
Yeah, at least 4. I mean, to get down to him, I would. Well, at least 4. So it was. It went down 50% each time. So I'm not gonna, do the math because it's kind of boring. But I did appreciate that. Her line was, "Perhaps the gods will favor us," right? So we see right away that it didn't happen. And Lord Gregor, I missed that. I don't know what to expect. I know the history. I know what happens. I've seen that episode. I remember the episode. I remember that little punk. All right. Whatever his name was, when he says, "Oh, look right there," and whatever, but I'm not going to reveal if other people don't remember or haven't seen that. But I was expecting him to be able to write because she's been all alone. She hasn't been able to do anything. So that did catch me by surprise, Lord Gregor. I did appreciate how early on Aemon was pissed because the Lannister army arrived and they were going to await Aemon and Vhagar. And Aemon is pissed. He says, "What, am I a dog to be called?" or something like that. He says, I'm not at his beck and call. And in the council, they're having a meeting about maybe setting up an alliance with Who are they? Hope the triart what
The Triarchy.
the
That's the
triarchy?
ones
Yes.
that Lord Corlys and Daemon went against in the very beginning of season 1.
Now it was Aemon's idea to try and do that, but Alicent said there's a reason why we don't have an issue with them, and that's because they're traitorous pigs, and that we should be careful. And I guess Aemon didn't like that. That was the last time that he was corrected by Mama, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on that, guys? Is that the last straw, or was it just the teenager saying, "Mommy, there's no reason to be here"?
To be fair, she shouldn't have still been there after Aegon became king. She should have bowed out. She was only there because she stepped in her husband's place.
Okay, to be fair, she should not be there. So the way Aemon handled it was professional.
I think so. He waited till the council was out of the room and then said he wanted to talk to her.
When she made her case, he still said, "Your service to the crown is appreciated, but no longer required." And it was, I think he repeated it a second time, or I'm sorry, repeated it. He said it a second time thereafter, but it was done. And she's now depressed because Daddy's gone, Cole's gone, and she's lost her place. What is the Dowager Queen to do? So I guess we'll see a little bit of that in the next episode. Yes, go ahead, guys.
No, I just said she's gonna go swimming.
Oh, right.
But true, but did you notice the scene not too far after that where Helena is in with her crickets and the crickets are singing, but one of them has stopped? I think that is in reference to Alicent was taken off the council. Her voice was no longer heard.
Oh, interesting.
That's the scene where is that where Alicent goes in and says, "I'm thinking of lighting a votive candle."
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was because sea smoke had been flamed because the dragon's no longer singing.
Okay, Hope, enlighten me. What is that? What do you mean the dragons are no longer singing? What do you mean
When
by
the dragons don't have riders, they sing and they moan and they groan and they need to be sung to. That's why Daemon used to go and sing to them. But it could be like Liz says. But I thought when it happened that it was because one of the dragons had been flamed. They were no longer singing for a rider.
Interesting.
I like that. I wasn't laughing at you guys, and sorry, Lord Gregor. I like this one.
That's
Well,
funny.
golly gee, Alicent, kind of feels like your throne is being usurped. That's actually pretty good.
Hey, they
Lord
wanted to marry her off.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to go back to that they mentioned that the Dowager Queen to be married off. And then they talk about the pincer movement, how they would come in from one side, then the other. And then Aemon flies in with Vagar and ends it. Lord Gregor.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've given up trying to figure out what Helena's talking about.
You know, I don't know what she's talking about, but I do pay attention to her. Yeah, it's like almost every scene there is something with her. And it's always gonna so far it's been what's upcoming, but I didn't get the feeling that she was talking about something that was coming up. I did get the impression that it had already happened. Was Sea Smoke claimed at that point already? No, huh?
Sea Smoke had already wanted, or basically had bonded with Adam, but hadn't actually gone and they hadn't actually made the connection yet.
Okay. All right, folks, help me out. How did this animal bond with Adam? When did that happen?
Remember, he'd been flying down to Spicetown constantly for the last several months. It's
Flying
because
over him on the beach.
Yeah, that's because at that point, I think somewhere off screen, Lenore had actually died. And he knew he was riderless because he had been fine up until the last few months. Then all of a sudden, he starts sounding off, being, kind of mournful, restless, and flying down towards Spicetown. where he knew there was a blood bond. He could sense that.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, that's fair. I like that. I hadn't given that. Hope did say in episode 3 or 4, I remember when it was, when he said, "Oh, that's forthcoming." Like an idiot, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, like what? What's coming?" And I forget exactly what you said. What was it, Hope? That
It was
it was a
see smoke
foreshadowing.
and Adam. See smoke and Adam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you did say I think it was a foreshadowing or something like that. All right, fair enough. We after a few of these, perhaps the gods will help us. Then we arrive, Damon, at King's Landing with Viserys. So we know he's hallucinating again, and he has a whole conversation with him, and he tries to get out, and the doors will not open. But then Harrenhal's does, and then you know, he's like, dude, I gotta get out of here. He threatens Strong, and Damon just gets up and leaves. He's had it. He believes it's been poisoned. He calls it the swamp gas or whatever. He says, "Getting to me." I thought that was really kind of funny. And but he's at his wit's end. And then he meets up with Alice, and Alice says, "Yeah, this is you. If you're not pleased, you run." And this has been said to him several times, which I thought was really cool. And this is the line where it was great, where she tells him, "But you are not a player, but a piece on the board." And then they go back talking a little bit more, and he says, "All right, Alice, do you have any counsel on the Riverlands?" Damon asking for help? Counsel! I asked for counsel. I didn't ask for help. I thought that was really cool, even though that's exactly what it was. The Lady Liz speaks wisely. Sea smoke smells a blood pact. Ooh. Alrighty then.
Told you I wasn't dumb.
Never said you were.
Publicly.
What?
I even said you were
Publicly.
insightful with the cricket.
I heard that.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
you
Liz.
two kids.
I just had to. I haven't been here for a while, so I had to. Sorry about that. So they go on asking. He said, "Look, without Lord Tully, there's nothing you can do." And then he says, "If you can get him, the river folk will unite." And then I believe it's where he says, "I need help." He says, "But look, kick back. Do nothing for 3 days' time, then the winds will shift." Oh, problem is when the wind shifts, is it the AC or is it a fan? And sometimes you know what hits the fan, but we'll get to that a little bit later. That
Well,
was
at
really
the
good.
Red Keep, we know it's fans now.
Oh,
Yeah.
very,
In
very
this
good.
instance, wouldn't it be a bar now?
Yeah, I guess so. What were your thoughts on that, guys? Because up until this point, Alice had been really screwing. Well, the castle and Alice, or maybe one and the same, have been screwing with Damon. What did you think about this right now?
I found it weird she wanted to help him.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that, and I found that she knows him, and Damon is accepting that she knows him, even though they just met within the last few episodes.
Yeah.
That, and I think
there-
she's so. Go ahead, Greg. I thought you were
There
done.
is something. I mean, for me now, she is the most interesting character on the show.
Oh, okay. Liz?
I was going to say that, and I don't think Damon realizes it yet, but she's starting to open him up to where he's going to be able to wind up doing some things in the future that he might not have been able to unless he saw some of these events happening and some of the advice that she gave him.
sort of preparing him for his journey.
Yep.
Now, is it me? Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm sure it is. But is it me, or every time he has a vision, Alice is there almost right away, each and every time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Either that or the goat.
Well, Alice is the goat.
Episode 7. Oh, wait, Alice is the goat?
Well, I'm pretty much
She's
certain
the
that-
lamb?
I'm pretty much certain she's the goat
The veal.
because
I
even
think
if
so, too.
he goes past the goat and immediately goes into another vision.
Either that or she's like, seeing through the goat, like using the goat like a Bran
Ward?
used the raven. Yeah, Ward.
Mm.
Okay, all right.
But not a
You thought-
shapeshift. The spirit thing, where they take over the animal.
Okay, we have a question. Any opinions as to what Allie's intentions are? Is Harrenhal seems to be a place conducive to facing your shadows, or at least in Damon's case, not sure. Ooh, your thoughts on this?
Most definitely. I think
He's an interesting creature.
Yeah. I think it's definitely facing your demons.
She is an or did you say it is an interesting creature?
She is an interesting creature.
Please do elucidate.
I can't tell what her end game is. I don't know if she likes Damon, if her and Damon are going to have something, if she's just old like the Red Witch in Game of Thrones. I don't know what her villain arc is going to be, but she is straight villain all the way.
She's manipulating. But I don't know. I can't tell if she wants. I can't tell if she's picked a side or if she's just trying to sow chaos.
What if her side is how strong?
Yeah, very good.
Interesting.
I don't know.
She's been there
Michael,
forever.
Richard, any thoughts on that? You're
Mike,
muted,
yeah.
Michael.
No,
He's still muted.
I don't think.
I
I,
like
don't know.
the-
I don't know yet what to think about that.
Okay, fair enough, Richard. Michael, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said. I mean, I keep coughing. So, she, as I think it was Hope that said, she's up to something. She's playing Damon. I think she's probably old, and she's been around a while, and she may turn into the goat. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be everything. It could be everything.
Caroline.
We just know she's a villain. We don't know what her arc is, though.
Yeah, no. Well, was she in the books or no?
Liz?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay,
I
Lord
don't-
Gregor says he'll be right back, but oh, he's back.
just as you're asking about the books, it's like I don't remember because I was actually just gonna. Once I finish the book I'm reading, I might go back and reread that book. Now I'll be right back.
Understood.
If I remember
Look.
correctly, she is in the book. I'll say that.
I take her as being this thing that belongs to the castle, whether she is a ghost or whether she's something like the what was this? What was the guy the sparrow, the three-eyed sparrow, something like that?
Three-Eyed Raven?
Three-eyed raven. Thank you. Something like that, an old entity, and happens to live in one of the biggest castles. Simon Strong always seems to appear when Damon seemingly awakes from his visions. Do you think he's in on Alice's actions?
Yes.
He definitely knows.
Oh yeah. Also, he grew up in that house. Don't you think he does know? I mean, from childhood.
They've already told the histories of the people that went mad in that castle.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a few.
How they remain there. I guess she stops bothering him after a while.
Oh.
Or maybe they don't have anything to work through.
Possibly so. She's not a very good emotional support creature.
Very few people are. But she did throw him a bone, for lack of a better word, and it was significant. When he's running away, she's like, dude, chill. In 3 days, the wind will change. You
I
know?
just wanted him to leave, though. I was so excited to see him go.
Yeah, it's like, she had a moment of a weakness where you pity what you've been torturing. It's like, oh, you sure you don't want to stay? Could have been that.
I was like,
Okay.
oh, great, he's going to be free. And then, oh, crap, here's Alice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked about this as we began the program. Right after that, burnt offerings with Sea Smoke. I called him a coward. He waited and he walked slowly. But I guess I have to agree with all of you that it was really his voice. Good. What is it that he said? I've got this now, or what?
Yeah.
I did it.
I did it. And in the
Oh.
books, that was what basically got him killed, was that he had managed to get on, but then got really cocky with the whole thing. And Sea Smoke said, nope, not done.
On second thought.
Yeah,
They should have offered him up to Silverwing, not Sea Smoke.
yeah.
Is that the second? Is that the second one in episode 7?
Oh, the second
Third.
one?
Well, yeah, second.
Well,
He was the final one.
Yeah.
The final one, maybe. Yeah. Okay, and that was Silverwing, right?
Ain't she pretty?
Yo, she's my favorite. I love her.
As interesting as Alice is, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot joust. I like it. I like it. It was a good scene. It was great seeing the way the dragon just came in. Oh my God, that was really awesome. This is one of the few times where I regret not watching it on the larger screen. I'm not going to talk about the sizes. The bedroom TV is big enough, but I wish I would have been here in the office to have seen that one. Oh, would have been nice, but it still looked good. I have to hand it to HBO and its people. What imagery! At no time does it look computer generated. At no time does it look fake. It looks good.
Real. Yeah.
Those are real dragons, Roger. You didn't know that?
I keep them in my
No.
basement.
See, one's
like
right
that.
here.
I thought you.
There's two behind Liz.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought you kept.
Yeah.
Some, you told me you kept something
We
else
have
in your
pets.
basement.
Look, we have pets.
Oh yeah. Okay, very good. And I only have the banners, so I'm one of the burnt offerings. Then I suppose. Story of my life. All right. Shortly
That's the
thereafter,
marshmallow.
we go to Lord Gregor. We were talking very briefly about the scene where the dragons come in. I was talking about how, oh man, this did look great, but you guys had mentioned that earlier. Oh yeah, I was caught up in the moment. On second watch, oh, you coward, you should have run up to them. That thing bowed for you, man. When the camel goes down, you
Mhm.
get on it. You know, but
He
yeah.
didn't.
No, he was tentative. He was just tentative. But as my glorious co-host here mentioned, yeah, I guess it was his confident voice. I just, oh man, that little bastard would have burnt me in 3 seconds then. But that's okay. We have the
Not
meeting. I'm sorry.
I said that long.
It's always 3 seconds.
Love you,
Mike.
Michael. Oh, really? That's a problem.
Ellen and Corley's meet shortly thereafter, and they have a conversation where it's just unsaid. They know he's their dad. Dad knows they're the sons, and it's never said. And this time he actually tells them straight out, "Are you asking me to be your first mate, or is that an order?" See, had Roger been there, I would have been a dumbass, and I would have said, "It's an order!" But the way Corliss responded, it was very clear. I am promoting you to first mate because I trust you and I respect you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. So I thought it was very well done. And I did appreciate that scene.
I'm still disappointed in Corliss's lack of warm fuzziness towards the boys.
Yeah. But he did offer up a bit of pride later on.
A bit.
He's still mourning Rainey's.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but before she went off, she implored him to acknowledge them and embrace them. So,
And he denied even the conversation that they could be. She let it be known to him that she knew.
and
She didn't even care
No, she actually didn't, huh?
because she didn't have kids anymore,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, damn it. Rainey's was an. Oh, I know. It's just to make.
You got to remember, though, she was born in. Rhaenys was born into her world. Corlys, they built their world,
right.
so it's something different to them. It's not something that's past. It's something they earned. They built.
Yeah. And out of respect to her, he wouldn't ever bring it up, and obviously she wouldn't mention it. I mean, what a relationship they have. But, Greg, I talked about it in another episode. You mentioned right now that I apologize, Corlys didn't give him the warm and fuzzies. He was kind of that way near the end with Rhaenys too. He's still recovering. Remember I talked about how were they in the shipyard and they were talking and she physically reached out to him to pull him and to keep him there. And he pulled away because, number one, he's still recovering, and two, because of all the dithering going on Dragonstone and his fleet.
Yep.
I felt that. And, dude, you can see, oh, yes, yeah. Yeah. Appreciate that, rockers. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bummer. But the order was given, and then we switch over to the tavern. And I thought that Fish Guy, I don't know if he has a name, I thought he played it so well. When he gets served, and I guess a little bit of the fish juice or whatever splashes him. So he's like licking his fingers. He actually made it look good, but he was also tasting it because he's like,
You mean
oh,
Ulf?
it's not lamb. It's fish.
Yeah, you're talking about. Oh,
Yeah, he's talking about Ulf.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yes, well, him. I call him Fish Guy.
fish.
Yeah,
well,
Fish
until
Guy.
the next episode, we really don't even know why him or Hugh were important.
Huh?
It's like all of a
Wait,
sudden
what?
we start following these
No, they
characters.
said it.
Yes, they said it.
They
Both
did
of them
say
are
earlier.
Daemon and Viserys' brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, now I forgot the other guy's name, which I called him.
You.
You.
Well, yeah, eventually I got Hugh, but I called him the artisan because of his skill. And then this man I saw was Fish because that's what he was having. So I'd forgotten.
I like fish. I can run with fish. I don't like Ulf.
As a matter of fact, that's
Yeah.
what I'm going to have tomorrow. There's a restaurant in the neighborhood that's Taco Tuesday. They have fish tacos for $1.49. I will gladly post pictures on Facebook as I do.
Yes.
Tease.
They're delicious.
I bet.
They're normally $3.49, but on Taco Tuesday they drop them to $1.49. It's ridiculous. So anyway, sorry. I will. Hey, Michael, do you like fish? No, you don't, do you?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
Didn't used to.
Thank
but I
you,
do now.
Roger. I enjoy food porn. Oh my God, I got in trouble using that line. You guys know I use that line a lot.
Yes, I'm gonna
Yeah.
actually write her and tell her she needs to come on and chastise you again. So
Cool.
yeah. Who talks about you talking about that too much?
There's a lot of people that talk about me.
I know, but your main nemesis.
Oh my God, folks!
In
I had
particular.
on. Well, if it's not about me, I don't know who it is. I had my Star Wars T-shirt on that had my, the periodic table, And I was shocked because someone actually, oh, what a wonderful T-shirt. May I take a picture of it? I'm like, oh my God, I'm not in cosplay. I couldn't even look as he was taking the picture, but it was a periodic table. And someone actually did recognize me on Friday. I was stunned.
Wow.
And yeah, they're not going to be on the program. Anyway, so it's all good. Lethal Migraine says, isn't, yeah, it's all
We
right.
have the cats. That we do.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. Look, cats have been good to me in my life, but it's all right. So, all kidding aside, there's nothing but fish in this damn city.
Thanks, Greg.
And
Thanks.
oh man, I missed that. What? The thing in the
Nothing.
north?
Nothing. No. When I said yes, we have cats. It took
Oh.
Greg a minute, but he got on.
Sorry, I missed it. Right after that, they're talking about one of the agents that Mysaria sent. Was talking about what they're doing. Hey, man, they're feasting the racks of lamb and this, and they're certainly not suffering. They're celebrating for the new Prince Regent. And oh, by the way, in another day or so, they're going to have another party. It's going to be awesome. People are getting pissed. And I don't know if it was right here. Oh, no, that's right. A moment after Hugh, no. Oh, what was his name?
Wolf.
Oh,
Ulf. Okay, fish guy. Fish or fishy. Fishy is sitting on the tape. Fish. Well, yeah, fish. That'll work. He says, you know, when Viserys was king, his people always had enough to eat. Sad.
Well, don't you think the whole reason that madam made that stuff is she was already working for Rhaenyra?
Armisaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through her, but they were already plotting something together.
Yes. He said Viserys always made sure that there was food, that even the small folk were cared for. And that's it. The fuse is lit, or they're getting the rocks and they're doing this stuff. So they're getting very close. So right after that, Rhaenyra grows tired of listening. She's listening to the guy, and he's just like, blah, blah, blah. You failed here, you failed there, blah, you failed here. And she just turns right around and, holy mother of everything that is holy. I know, I just swore in another language. Bam! Lit him up like a Christmas tree. I mean, I felt that slap because I've been in that position where I'm informing management of stuff where I've been. Thank the Lords of Cobalt, I've never been slapped like that, though. But
Well, that's what happens when you forget to fear the queen.
Well, that was
Wasn't
her
that
line.
Lord Bartimos? What's his name, Liz? Bartimos?
Artemis. Yeah.
Bartimus and Bailey. Yeah, I thought her line was great. My fault. You have forgotten to fear me. That one was great. Right after that, Mysaria and Rhaenys discuss the disaster, and she informs the small folk are angry. The kindling has been laid. And she says, yeah, but what about... I says, no. Well, this is Mysaria. She says, it is that much more difficult to fight a war abroad as well as at home. If home isn't taken care of, how can you fight abroad? And it is a wonderful plan, fomenting religion or fomenting rebellion. Harder to wage war at home and abroad, she says. Food is gone, and the lambs are going to the dragons, and the people are getting pissed in the next scene.
Or the lambs are going to Heron Hall.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. Are they going to the dragons or are they going for the feast? Ah, ha, ha, ha. The Heron Hall, very funny.
I think they're going for the dragons.
Oh yeah, that's what they should have been, but
Time out. Illegal procedure, Michael. What do you mean by that?
You can just think about it.
No. Wait.
You can just think about it.
Or going to Heron Hall?
Mm-hmm.
goats, weird creatures. I'm sorry, I have to give him in. He's just too lost.
Okay. All right, fair enough. In about 19 minutes, I'll be feeling better. 7 o'clock, top of the hour. So, let me see. Then Strong is having a meeting where he's letting them know that the small folk are stewing, and you know, he says, "Look, dude, there are some problems out there." But Eamon just generally ignores him, and then out of the blue, he says, "You know, I want to thank you for," or no, he doesn't say, "I want to thank you," but how did he say it, guys or gals? Because he tells Larry Strong or Sir Larry's that he says, "Well, you know what? Thank you for the idea, about the hand of the king." And then Larry says, "Oh, I am honored. I'm touched, but no, 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 there's no buts. I wasn't asking you. I was asking you to go get him."
Hmm.
Go get my grandsire. At
Yeah.
least he's always been loyal.
Yes. He says,
No one can find him.
yeah, now that's interesting. Where is
Yeah.
Otto Hightower?
I think he's off with Darren.
Wait a minute, he's off where?
He knows Aegon and Aemond are both dipsticks. They're not going to last long. So he's probably training Darren what to do
I was
Oh.
thinking
because
the
he's
same
more
thing.
receptive.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Well, that conversation comes up a little bit later too about Darren, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. Oh, very good. Okay. Like that. Then the maester comes running in. He says, "You're late. The king has regained consciousness." And then we switch to the view where Aegon is in pain. Aegon. And then Aemon in full Dick mode comes in, and he says he wants to find out what's going on. He says, "What do you remember?" Not how you feeling, not whatever. It's what do you remember? And
And you
he
know full well he remembered everything. He just knew he was in such a vulnerable position. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Lethal Migraine. I missed that one. Funny. Maybe Hightower's filming a new Police Academy movie. I'm like, all right, very good, comedian. Seems like at that moment, Eamon made an enemy of Larry's. Not a good move. Oh, you see, I damn, I didn't see that either. Your opinions on that? Yes.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, he pissed him off, definitely.
Yeah, because it does come to pass a little
But
bit later.
Aemon's not as weak as Aegon. He was never
Oh,
going to
God,
take
no.
advice from Lord Larys.
No.
But that doesn't mean Lord Larys is not as sneaky as Littlefinger.
Correct.
Well,
I'd
we
have
see it a
vetted
little bit
Littlefinger,
later.
but I wouldn't trusted him.
Yeah. But it seems like Larys is providing all of the information. At least up until that point. He's providing the crown with everything necessary. I did
Up
appreciate
until
a
the
little
next
bit later.
episode.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love how he
no.
actually makes a command decision. Michael, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah. My opinion is, he gives him what he wants to give him,
Exactly.
and we see it in the next episode.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so he is 100% survival, get ahead mode. Okay,
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
okay. See, I'm too trusting. I'm too stupid. Okay.
Trusting. He burned his father and his brother. You trust
No.
Larys?
No, Roger said he is trusting.
Oh no, me that I am. You see, I would have been burned already several times
Went
He
way,
thrown
way
out
over.
with the bathwater.
because I would have said, "Yo, baby, I got me a dragon." I would have been lit up. What, Richard? You envisioned that, didn't you? Yes, you did. Oh man,
Roger
you
would
see,
look like all flying over King's
You
Landing.
would have been dancing around, Roger, and that would have been the end of you.
yes,
You would have
that's
been
why.
doing your dragon dance, and that would not have been pretty to see, but you would have went into yeah.
Well, he'd done that. He'd been on the dragon, and then the dragon would go upside down and
Yep.
shake, and then
I'm afraid of heights, man.
Well, some dragon rider you're going to make.
Yeah,
I am. Sadly, I am. I am afraid of heights. That was good,
Just don't
guys. I
look down.
appreciate that. I'm
But
sorry.
I would have done the same thing, Rod. So we both be on the ground
Oh.
flat. So, it did.
Yeah, we'll just have our dragons walking.
Yeah. So,
You're funny. I appreciate that, Richard.
And
That was
using
cool,
their
man.
wings just to knock people over. Is that what you're
Yep.
saying?
Hey, man, it's
Whack
still a
people up
tank,
the back.
dude. Dude, with that turret that can almost do a 360, well, I'd walk. Just kidding. I don't know. Hey, I do get on roller coasters and stuff, so go. And I love flying, but just not like that. But it's all right. So Eamon then squeezes his hand, and he has the ball in there, which is the I guess his, and he jams it in him so hard that he makes him shriek in pain. And I don't know if you caught it later when Aegon is trying to remove it. I mean, he sunk it in there. Did you guys catch that?
Oh yeah.
Because at the very end, when it like not necessarily pops out, but there was still a little bit of flesh and stuff attached to it. Ugh.
yeah. Well, that's King Patch for you, though. I mean,
That's right. Patch.
Don't you think the reason he did that was to tell Aegon, I am in control now. I am now the king.
I have your seat
Yep, it's all mine.
because that was his ball.
Yep.
Yep, that was his ball. And I agree that, King Patch is just, rubbing it in. And doesn't
Mhm.
matter how much he recovers, he's lost his seat.
Oh yeah.
Because there's just no way, because no matter if he does, he's not going to make a full recovery. So
People won't like him as weak.
So yeah, and so right now it's all. Well,
That's what
we don't know
Larry's
how long
trying to tell
Captain
him.
Patch is going to last. We have another episode to go through, so
Yeah.
Did I call him Captain Patch or King Patch? I keep thinking of a pirate when I keep saying Patch. So
I think it's Prince Regent.
Yeah.
Patch.
My daughter just calls him Killer.
Yeah,
Killer.
but
She calls him
But-
Killer and Crispin Liquor. Liquor and Killer, the dynamic duo.
Ooh, that was
him
good.
and Damon were separated at birth. They could be almost twins. So it was.
Well, he looks up to Damon. He emulates Damon.
So, Hope, this is your oldest. Has she caught up now?
Yes, she has.
Okay. That's cool. I'm glad. It's fun when you have your kids watching with you. You, on the other hand, have House of the Dragon. I made the mistake of showing them Starship Troopers when they were still little kids.
I just watched that. That's a good movie still.
It's a great movie, but they're spiders, basically. They're frightening to little kids.
Well, she's seen House of the Dragon, but she's only seen like a few episodes of Game of Thrones, so she's still trying to correlate between the two.
That's cool, though. It's still a good way in. So that's all right. So right after that, Aemon tells the Maester, my brother has a very long road to recovery. Make sure he is well taken care of. Yes, I got the impression was make sure you keep giving him the medication and keep him under.
Keep him well
Orphan's
plied.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there is a scene, I'm not sure if it's in 6 or 7, right, where he is grasping for it. And they're like, no, hey, you need your wits about you because reality is you ain't going to run again. Reality is you ain't going to.
It's this episode, and Larry's just keeping it
It was
away
a
from him.
conversation with Laris.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
All right.
understand why the Maester would follow Laris and not Aemon. That doesn't make sense to me because that's not how they do things. I'm guessing there's some dissent between the council.
Didn't Aemon have the last Maester killed in the last season?
Yeah, I think he did.
Very good, Greg. Yeah, I that didn't dawn on me right there. That was good. Maybe
Damon's
that's
not
fine.
someone you want to screw with either. I mean, he's not only he's got those mushrooms that he's taken that give him hallucinations and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Damon seems to be he's scary in his own right.
We're
Okay,
talking about Aemon.
yeah, we were talking about Aemon.
He's scary too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
he
both
is.
scary. They're scary
Yeah,
as heck.
that's the
They're
problem.
practically the same thing, just an age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they both have blonde hair, so come on. And one has a patch and one doesn't. But one has a
Yes,
tortoise
he
and
wanted
one
to
doesn't.
treat King Viserys a different way, but the main maester said no.
I do not trust that maester to Aegon. Didn't he help putting maggots in Viserys' back? Oh, okay. Yeah,
He
that's
offered
right.
a different route, but they didn't do it.
Actually, using maggots is coming back.
Very much so.
I've read about that as well. That's crazy.
It's been
Yeah.
coming back for a few
I've placed
years. I've
them
seen
this
how
year.
they sterilize them and put them in wounds now. I mean, it's been coming back
Oh, yeah.
for a while yet. And
Yeah.
so next
Hey.
up is bloodletting. That'll be coming back too, probably before we know it. And who knows what kind of agent. All
So
this
the
stuff that
barbers.
was anything, yeah. But I guess anything they can use to heal people nowadays, except
The
opioids.
maggots truly work, guys. I've seen it done, and I've placed them.
They
I was
only
a
eat
wound nurse for a long
necrotic
time.
flesh. It's actually really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying, going for a long time, anything nature was looked down upon by the
Right.
medical profession, and now they're rethinking it again, thinking, you know what, this stuff can work. So, I
Mhm.
mean, I've seen it. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying, we got to do anything in our disposal to get some of this, because some of these some of these wounds will not heal with common medicine. You have to go old school on them.
Yeah.
Right after that, Rhaena, we have the scene. We hadn't seen Rhaena in a little bit. She's with Rhaenyra's kids, and I don't remember the kid's name. The first one says, "Oh, I just
Joffrey?
want to see Mom." Joffrey runs in the family. Joffrey, but he
Yeah.
seems rather nice. He says, "I want to see Mom," but they're just some things that are out of our control, and they're walking through the veil, whatever, and all of a sudden she pulls him back because she sees the skeleton of something. And then she looks a little bit further and she sees the scorch or burnt markings of stuff. And she knows exactly what that is. So she runs in, and I liked how she was seated while the kids were playing. Her dress was splayed out all, there. And she was saying, "Well, you don't seem to be in a mood or whatever." And he says, "Well, you know what? You haven't been completely forthcoming yourself. There is a big dragon here."
And there was a little dragon in the room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that my
That
line
was
about,
so cute.
dragons as pets?
We
Yeah.
have not seen a baby like that since Danny.
And Danny's.
Yeah.
No, I know. That was
I
cute.
just wanted to
Yeah, it
scoop
was.
it up.
So did I. It was so cute.
It was just so funny how he was right there playing with the kids, a little dragon. This is like having a little ocelot thinking it's a cat. No, they're not. They're not the same.
Well, that's how they bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've seen the pictures of what lions can do when they grow up and then they're put out in the wild and they can remember 15, 20 years later their original owners. Yeah. Or not their original owners, but the ones that cared for them.
Their
when they were
handlers,
Save them or took care of them.
Yeah, I should watch that. I'm not from the
But
South.
but Elsa remembered her caregivers in Born Free. So
Yep, that's right. So they continue on the conversation. It says, "You didn't tell me of the big dragon." He says, "Yeah, well, but it's wild. Alas, it is wild. Rhaenyra's little computer, it's going 3 million miles a second." She's like, "Okay, if I can have this thing fly over here and I'm on a rock, I can jump over." She's
But I love how they-
envisioning.
Yeah, I love how they said though that it really hadn't come out until after the Dance of the Dragons had come, and now it was coming closer and closer to get food.
Okay.
So that brought it out.
Well, she does say that, right? She says, "Well, we think that they're foraging now because of all the activities that are going on. They're getting a lot closer now." It was good. Right after that, we're going to the conversation where Alan is shaving his head again, and Adam is telling him, "Dude, stop it! Stop it! Come on, man! Don't deny. I mean, they owe us, man. We got it." She says, "No, don't you get it? We are wherever." He says, "Man, do you know he owes you big time? come on, this can change our lives. And Adam is, nope, doesn't want to have anything to do with that.
You realize
And-
he shapes his head for a specific reason, right?
Yeah, because he has them white curls, or no, silver.
White
No,
hair,
are they white or
hair,
silver? Yeah.
silverish white. Valerians are mixed in with Targaryens, so same thing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I
Because
didn't know why he
Valerians can
said that. Liz, I'm sorry.
It's why the Valerians can ride.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at
I
least we know.
think to this day it's not the Targaryen blood that they need to have in order to ride. I think it's the Valerian blood that they need
I
to
always
ride.
Valyria,
thought
yeah.
that, but there's still all 5 of the ancient houses from old Valeria.
And how many gods are there? 7?
7.
Okay. 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay, I get it.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is a lot. The final 5. All right, fair enough. I'm stunned that none of you got that when I did the math.
Oh,
All right.
I knew exactly what you were talking about the whole time.
All right, fair
Wrong
enough.
show.
Yeah, I know. That's Thursday night. It's all right. Then Jace, and you know what? I didn't get it until seeing it in this episode and the next episode. The attitude that Jace has for Mom, and it's not that it came out of nowhere. It's like, oh damn, this kid's pissed, and he is really, really pissed and very disappointed with Mom. He visits with Rhaenyra, and she says, I'm tired of being protected. He said, well, you're my mother. You're the queen. I'm sorry. It's just the way things are. And it gets a little hot, the conversation there, hot under the anger-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mysaria comes in. She goes, that gift has been delivered, Captain. As I was saying, it was really well good. The plan is underway. He says, what gift? Not a word.
He doesn't like
See-
not knowing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why she doesn't share that with him. Because does he sit on the council, Jace?
Yes.
Yes.
They all do.
He's a son. Why doesn't she inform him?
I don't know. I'm going to chalk this up to bad writing because it's inconsistent, the relationship.
Yeah,
That's
one
correct.
minute she's the best mom, next minute she's nowhere to be found, doesn't talk to her son. Or maybe it's because she's married now.
But isn't that just being a parent and an adolescent? Is that you go through you go through things like this? And I understand you could chalk it up to bad writing, and maybe I will agree with that, Gregor. But other than that, you have to have these tensions anyway between these two. So I mean, why not? And I don't know what to think about it, but it's just parents just get in pissy moods too. Not just adolescent kids.
But Rhaenyra has never been, quote unquote, at that, when she's doing stuff like that, a parent to him. She has always been the queen.
That has
Well,
been consistent.
Okay.
Sorry, no, Richard, no, go ahead.
Now I'm going to say I agree with Liz. Maybe I misspoke as usual. Me, I'm trying to look at it from
No,
the-
brother, you
No.
didn't misspeak. I will say that has been a bit consistent because even from episode 1, Jace has been stressed out.
Yeah.
He's like, we need you to be here. We need you to take command. We need you to do whatever. I mean, he is just losing himself as his
and he's going to continue that
sister. What
as
is
we
it? Not
continue
step.
this next episode. It's going to. I mean, this dude is not going to get appeased at all. He's just going to keep going. It's
Right.
It's
Okay,
gonna be
Michael.
crazy.
See you in a moment. Michael's going to step away for a moment. Going over to you, Hope. You think Valerian blood is needed to acquire dragons? Please elaborate. Interesting. Now, of course, Rockers didn't use that language, but Roger has to bastardize everything.
I think it's because everything came from Valyria
Interesting.
before it fell. The magic was birthed there, the dragons was birthed there, everything came from there. And Valerian and Targaryens have mixed since forever ago. So there's
As
no
did
way
the
to
Valerian
differentiate
steel.
between the two. But all the kings always tell them, it's an illusion that they control the dragons. It's an illusion that the Targaryens are the only ones that can basically ride them, bond with them, or it's just an illusion.
Yeah. It is the
They've been able to
dragon that chooses
control
its
it.
mate.
They have. So
It's the
we'll see.
dragons who pick.
Well, they talked about that earlier, and didn't we talk about it earlier when Melee's was being taken through the streets, and they were like, "How can you do that? You're belittling. You're making them smaller." Dragons are
Mhm.
basically gods, and as I believe in episode 7, we see some of that.
Mhm.
To be a god,
They were
you know,
showing
dragon-
weakness.
yeah. Could you imagine
To be able to
their
kill a
favorite-
dragon,
Yeah,
it makes them no longer invincible.
yeah. So it's not good for everyone. Right after that, we switch over to the beach scene or the coast, whatever, and you see these poor fishermen. They're digging deep. I forget exactly what they're searching for, but you know, the
Probably
animals
clams.
that are the clams. Yes,
Or mussels,
That's how-
yeah, or clams.
that's
yeah.
how desperate they are. They have to go into the mud to get some of the. Not that they're desperate, but there's nothing else.
There's big business in that.
Oh yeah.
I believe there
Maybe
is.
maybe not in this world, but I mean, people get upset when you can't dig the clam beds up here.
Oh, huh. Interesting.
I have to agree. There is good business in that. I would think no matter what world you're in, Gregor, that would be good business. But I also have to agree with Roger that they are desperate for food. So
Yeah,
That's how I took it. That was my interpretation, that they were scouring the mud for that. But you're right,
But-
all of you.
Don't they have food on that side?
No, that
No,
was the
that's King's
gift.
Landing.
Yeah, that's King's Landing. That's the gift that. Rhaenyra
Yeah,
Yeah.
because right away he says,
Oh.
"Me, mon capitan, the gift is
Oh, okay.
sent." The next scene, the little boats are coming up to the shore. Senor, there's food. And there was apples.
Carrots.
It was interesting. Carrots, apples, lots of stuff.
It is.
And,
I thought it was cabbage, but okay.
my wife was funny. She's like, just before they panned out, she's like, they could have sent more than one boat full of food.
Well, yeah, right. There was at least 5 or 6, and a few shadowy images of a
Here
few
off
others.
into the sunset. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
All with the Black Targaryen standard.
Yep.
Got to show the
That's
flag,
it.
baby. I got to do it. Heck yeah.
that was a brilliant move to send food like that and make sure you knew who it was from. So
Mm-hmm.
In
Our
any
queen hasn't
world.
forgotten us.
I mean,
Yeah.
It
did the
made
same
them
thing
forget
when we were-
about the beheading.
Yeah, well, we did the same thing during World War II, and we did all those drops over in Germany.
Mhm.
So I
Yep.
mean, it's nothing. It's a very good.
It
Strategy.
works.
It
Yes,
does.
it does.
They're hungry.
Food
They're
al-
starving.
Sending food always works.
And it's also why sometimes when we do try to do humanitarian aid, it gets intercepted
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
or prevented.
Yep. Yeah, those are big operations in and of itself. But Mysaria, first SEAL team mission complete. Good job. No, actually, that's her second one, or 2A. Come on, Liz, help me out here. This is a 2A, right? Because one is sewing the stuff, and the second part is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say
And
her
then-
the first operation was when she went to talk to Allison, and then the second operation was starting the scuttlebutt.
The second operation is when they sent Rhaenyra's handmaiden
Yeah,
Yeah.
into
Okay.
King's Landing.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be the third.
Okay. Like
We have
it.
The fourth coming up.
So she's our special forces. I like it. All right. Right after that, Allison is pensive. We don't know where she is until the camera pulls back a little bit, and she's right there with her son. And the Maester's actually being kind of positive. He did open his eyes, but he sleeps for 9 of 10 hours.
lucky kid.
And
That made me wonder how many hours are in their days. Did anybody understand that?
I just took it that for every 10 hours, he's asleep
He's
9
got
of
one.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on a 440 work schedule. So, sorry. That's a 10-hour day. That was lame.
Rod.
That was lame. I'm sorry.
Well, they also can't. We were talking last week. They have trouble figuring out when it's daylight and when it's nighttime. And
That's true. I didn't see this one, Rocker. Sorry. I hope the woman who bought the rotten orange got some of that Targaryen relief. I would hope so. Allison is pensive. Okay, he says, did we send out, the crows or the ravens? And he says, I'm sorry, Otto has yet to respond. And then, out in the courtyard, Allison and Hightower argue about fate. It was actually a wonderful conversation that the two of them had. Because she was saying, could you imagine had Dad sent you over here first? And he's like, what? And what? To what end? What does it do for us to even have this conversation? We are where we are. Is he a realist, or he's just, woman, I don't have time for that. I'm going to war. I know that was rude of me. But what was it? I know that was beyond stupid of me, but you guys know what I mean by that. There was a lot of head shaking far on the right over there. So,
I like Gwen.
Gwen, yeah.
he seemed defeated. I don't know. It seemed like he wasn't as. I don't know. It's like he just didn't give a poop anymore. It's like
He knows at the end of the day it's pointless.
yeah.
That's
Or
how I
either that
took
or-
it.
Yeah, or somehow Crispin's gotten the better of him because he wasn't the same character he was 2 or 3 episodes ago.
I think once Dragon Chase knocked some sense into him and knocked some stuff out of him, if you know what I mean.
He lost weight that day, didn't he?
Oh, didn't he though?
Yeah,
Especially in
he
his
did.
britches.
Did we talk about how after that episode, all the memes on the internet? Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, there was a whole week, man. That was brilliant. There were a lot of good ones. But you know what? She was following orders. She was. But I was within the rules of engagement. So that was cool, though. Maybe it was. I took it that he was just. There was no point. For those of you that watch Sports Talk with the Guys, you guys know that one of the things that will set me off is when I say, well, but what if what? What's the point? There's nothing. It's to what end? It's a waste of time. So I kind of sympathize with him a little bit. But someone said that he's defeated. Is that what it was? Or he feels like that's it?
He's fried.
Yeah, he's fried. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, because they've
He's got
already
no hope
been.
left. He's got
Yeah.
no sense of direction. Nothing.
I like how Gwen comforted Allison in telling her she did her best in raising her children. Yes.
Didn't
Yeah.
do nothing.
Yes.
Yep.
I love how
And-
all of her kids are like one emotion of her, except for Darren.
Because
Oh.
he wasn't raised there.
Please enlighten again, elucidate.
Helena is like the docile part of Allison, the good girl, the following along. Aemond is her rage, and Aegon is like her mischievous mind.
Impetuous.
Wanting to do right.
Interesting.
That's right. He does, because he does try to remember when they're having the audience.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, yes. Hightower's like, no. Okay, well, I will be sure to do that. No. He tries to
Like
make
what?
people happy. As a matter of fact, I want to take a quick moment, folks. It is 7:10 p.m. Pacific time. It is July 29th. It is, we're having a wonderful conversation here. We're getting through episode 6. I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Olivia Cooper, as well as to Ayesha Kerr. Thanks for the likes, guys. Do appreciate it. Everyone else in the chat room, let us know who you are and where you hail from. I believe Rockers is from Los Angeles, but I don't know. Everyone else, why don't you guys let us know? But we're going to go ahead and continue with that. And Michael's back! Hey, Michael!
Yeah, I fed the dragons. They're ready for their big trip tomorrow, so it's cool. It's all good.
I bend the knee to you.
Yeah, and Liz, thank you for the details about where to send them. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay.
You gonna take this one, Michael?
I can't Are we done?
No.
No.
Oh, you're funny. It's okay. No, we're not. Okay.
I was hoping.
After that conversation, they're on the courtyard. They're having it. He talks about Darren, right, being kind. Oh, cool. Hey, buddy, you're a lot cooler than I am right now. If your window is open, take it in, brother. Take it in. It
No,
is.
he's down in the water.
And if he's on the water, even better. It's 82 degrees outside, meaning it's 92 degrees in here.
That's nothing.
Where the hell are you? Oh, that's nothing, huh? Okay.
Nah.
It was 110 in here 2 weeks ago, so I'm glad that it's dropped a bit. Remember, it was 99 degrees here. Haley! Hola, Haley! Welcome. Jeez,
That's my daughter.
all right, and maybe she'll go ahead and comment. That's very kind of you, Haley. I appreciate that. And we got a like from Haley as well. Thank you. Do appreciate that. But very good. Don't need to say where you're from. Don't let anyone on the internet know. So, good job, young lady. Not that you needed me to tell you, but good job. Oh wait, Venice either smells like weed or pee.
There's
Bean from
no difference.
Bean
Yep.
from LA. I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah,
Wow.
I hear you did. But do seaside, so you get that cool air coming in. Because I believe people in Venice, like when my brother used to live down in Huntington Beach, they never had an AC unit. I was so disgusted by that. Just absolutely disgusted. But that's okay. Yeah, it is what it is.
You can have plenty of AC units down here and still die.
Well, don't you get a cool breeze off the Gulf? Oh no, you're a bit further inland though. Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah,
as
Venice.
hell.
Venice is on the coast, but that weed or pee. That was good. They
Or
talk
put
about
us on
Darren.
weed.
He says he's kind, and then Alicent and Cole. Have you noticed that over the last few episodes they're getting further and further apart?
All right.
That even this time the gap is so much that they're just making eye contact, and it's not even a goodbye. It's not even a I'll see you in Casablanca, stuff like that. It was just like, it is what it is, and they're gone. Is this going to continue? They're just getting further and further apart.
Oh, I mean, she's more than one to put him in his place, but I mean, he's also overreached. So,
Oh, I appreciate that overreached. I like that. Yeah, watch the audience. Anyway, this is the scene where Helena and Alicent meet, and she says, "Do you want to light a candle?" And it was at that moment, right, Liz, when you were talking about the cricket being.
Yeah.
There are several ways to take it, but based on the two that we mentioned, it could be the dragon. It could be, what was the other thing that we mentioned?
Oh, the fact that
Allison
was
being
off
off the
the
council.
Okay, yes,
Her
that her
voice
voice has
isn't
been
heard.
silenced. Is it
Could it be
possible?
that the people changed their minds and they're no longer singing for the Greens, they're singing for the Blacks?
Oh my God! Oh,
Blue.
that I had. Oh my God! I had two of those, and we'll get to your comments in a moment, folks. We will. I'm
Very
seeing your
cool.
comments. The other
Very
one I
smart.
thought was between Alicent and Cole. They no longer speak. They no longer sing.
I was also thinking Aegon. He's no longer speaking on the council. He's no longer being, the king. His voice has been silenced.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Hope. Thank you. Welcome. This is your first question. How do you all feel about their relationship? So, Hope, you go
Christy and
last.
Allison.
No, you go last. What do you think about the relationship, Cole and Alicent? And I'm only kidding, Hope. You can go ahead. I was just. Liz,
No, go
what
ahead.
do you think about the relationship?
I think it's cringy. I actually truly think Cole might actually care for her, though.
Yeah, but he's like,
Yeah,
don't know.
I know.
mean towards her, and
in
Well,
several
because-
scenes.
not in a dominant way, and more, it's just cringy.
He's mean to her because he is so self-deprecating himself. He's outwardly expressing it.
Oh, so
Because he knows he went
mad
against
at
everything.
himself for being attracted to her.
He's mad at himself, but he won't admit that she does. Just remember, we talked about the sinfulness, however, that she lights the candles and stuff. Michael and Richard, what are your thoughts on the Allison Cole relationship? I mean, there is a genuine relationship, however you want to, but what are your thoughts on it?
I agree with Liz and Gregor that it's kind of cringy. But, you know, being mean to her, that's kind of the second grade. How you pull the girl's hair, think like you like her, but yet you're going to torment her. But that's the second grade way of doing things. But it is kind of cringy. And we'll see how it works out. This is something to keep your eye on. See how cringy it does get.
I was just keeping in the back of my mind that Allison was the one that was taking her stockings off for Laris to learn what was going on in the court.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
watched it, and that wasn't even in there. Did they take it out of it?
Wait a minute. What was that?
When me and my daughter were watching it, we went back, and that was never in any of the scenes. Her removing
Oh,
her
you mean in
stockings
season
to
one?
show Laris her feet. Yeah, I can't find it.
They
I
removed
had to go to YouTube to find it to show it to her.
Really?
Ooh.
I don't know if they
removed.
removed
Me want to
it.
go back.
Oh,
That'd be
so
nice.
we'll see Allison as a younger kid sewing the head back on, and then we'll see like other things of brutality, but that?
I
That
was like,
was
we watched the
Rena.
entire thing.
Wow.
Showing the head
And
back.
it wasn't a blink if you can miss a moment either. Haley says, I think that Crispy likes to get his way, and when he's rejected, he throws a fit the same way he does for the queen.
I'm surprised she called him crispy.
I think that's funny. I like that. Crispy. Well, he's crispy because he's burnt because no one wants his children.
Yeah, but she calls him liquor.
Oh,
She don't
him?
call him crispy. Yeah, she calls Crispin liquor.
Oh,
Because he
okay.
licks the queen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. There you go. Look, I've seen In the Line of Fire where the security agents can get involved with each other, but I've seen them get involved with the person that they take care of. I can see that because remember, they all were very young. And things happened long before they became who they were. So, you know, I have learned sadly that the whole idea of honor and stuff for many people, it's just made up. They hide behind this honor, and the reality is they're just doing this stuff. So she just feels guilty because of who she is, and it bugs her that he's like, hey, well, you know what? It is what it is. We're all going to burn in hell anyway. So didn't he say that something like that in a few episodes ago?
I don't
Their
remember.
relationship, though, made sense to me because they both they knew what they had to do in order to fulfill their jobs, like their roles, but neither one of them wanted to be there. One wanted honor and then realized that he wasn't going to get it this way. And then
Right.
she had to
Well,
go and
I'm
have
going to
kids
argue
and-
with you, Hope. Crispy, thank you, Haley. I think that may be his name moving forward. Crispy here messed around with Rhaenyra at first, and she brushed him off. So, I don't know. I think he was just,
He's
since
got a
he,
thing for queens.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, hey.
He likes
Well, I
to
mean,
taste
his choices are limited.
Well, that is-
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a gold coat. So then he rides off again. Then we have the scene about the candle, and then we switch to the city. We see the dog. We see the dog, but this time the dog didn't get kicked. And then I guess it's Hugh sees that the small folk have food at the beach, and then he has a conversation with his wife. Oh no, I'm sorry. The guards tell the queens we must leave now. And as they're trying to get out fast, you know, for a starving crowd, what did they do? They threw fish.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how hungry can you guys be? So,
Collective hungry.
yeah. I guess it's script logic, but that's okay. We must leave now. The crowd throws fish and scream, Rhaenyra, Rhaenyra. Oh, that must have gotten under their skin to be in their own backyard and have the enemy's
yeah.
name. I've noted that queens make it to the limo, and then shortly they get the rider and they make it back to the keep shortly after. Or I should have said the beast, right? They made it back to the beast. But then we see Larys visiting with Aegon, and that's where he's telling him, like, dude, you're not going to be able to run anymore. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be doing it because they broke it for you and all this other stuff. He says, but your mind remains. That's what you're going to have, everyone, because everyone else is going to look down on you. They're going to judge you. They will underestimate you. But while your brother rules, you are in danger. And at the very end, doesn't he get the horse, or not the horse, but you know what I mean? He almost coughs out, help me. He does say that, doesn't he? So he understands that. We switch over to the scene where Daemon sees Viserys mourning. And then Lord Strong arrives and says, Lord Glover is dead. So,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, surprise, surprise. And then we see the scene change where they're out by the coast over by not King's Landing, but where the Team Black has its ships. And on the beach, all of a sudden, Sea Smoke shows up, and Sea Smoke's already got a deal for one of the guys right there. He sees Adam, and he's going in. And Adam thought he was dead, flat out dead. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Hope. Whoa! What do you want to say, Hope?
It was hilarious. It reminded me Dragon and Donkey from Shrek. The whole
Yeah,
thing.
it did.
Oh my God, that's the scene that you were talking about. You said that a few weeks ago. Yes, I'm so sorry. You sent me a message. Yes. He says, hey, you know what?
That's
There's
cute.
a scene that reminds me of Donkey.
My daughter says it's like, pick me.
Haley says, I don't know much about the witch, but do you all have any ideas on whose side she's on? Okay, Haley, we were talking about this. Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. We know she's bad. She might be on the side of the decimated Strong family. Now, on Larry's side or the homies that they're now? Yes, I said that.
Hopefully the homies.
I
Thank you.
think she's like the three-eyed raven. I think she's like a representative of the ones who were there before.
Oh, thank
I'm gonna have to
you.
explain to her what that is later because she doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! If she's gonna watch Game of Thrones, Hodor.
She's one with the land tied to the weirwood.
Yeah. You guys remember, right? It was that episode that broke the internet.
Oh
That
my God,
one.
didn't it?
Hodor. Oh my goodness. That one. It's one of those rare times on television that something like that happens. Hodor broke the internet. So sorry, Hope. Haley, we're messing with you. We're telling you of that which is to come, and maybe you'll start watching Game of Thrones. So, okay. Then we switch over to Rhaena and Mysaria. But your plan is working, miss. Aren't you pleased? And they have a little bit of back and forth. If anyone else can help me fill in. But basically says, I don't think I can win this war. My son questions me. Daemon doesn't support me. I mean, my council hates me. You know, everything. And it's, she says, well, Daemon disappears, and she says, well, Daemon disappearing, that's more of his way.
Yeah, that's what he does.
That was a wonderful character judgment right there. And then Liz or Hope, if you want to take this part where Mysaria talks about herself.
I think Liz got this one.
Liz, why
Okay.
don't you go ahead?
When Mysaria was talking about how she had been abused and molested by her father, and then after so long, she wound up getting pregnant, and she's telling her, "He left me for dead, but I rose up, I survived. But that doesn't mean I'm still not scarred in certain places. But you can overcome."
It was
I have
my
a question
father.
about
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
There's a discrepancy between the story she tells Rhaenyra and what she told Daemon from season 1 to season 2, because she said she made sure she would
She
never
would get pregnant.
have to
Yep.
carry children ever again.
Yep.
But when she tells Rhaenyra, it was as if it wasn't her choice.
I
I
think she told
think-
Rhaenyra the truth.
Yes, she told Rhaenyra the truth. When you don't want to give up why you can't have it, it's a bit of power by being able to say, I cannot have children. She cannot have children because of what happened. I mean, it was horrible. When I heard her explaining it, I was like, oh my word. I had to go back and listen to it again.
Mhm.
It was my father. Oh no, it was my father. I was still a child. He had his pleasure with me. Once his seed took root, and then she said a little bit more, and she says, I have another scar. Because everyone sees this scar, right?
Right.
And that's the scar that they're talking about, right? That left her for dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then she says she has the other scar. And then she says, I will never trust another. I mean, if you can't trust your father, oh my goodness. And then she goes on to say, but you are steadfast. I believe you are meant to be queen. And you know, folks, throughout this entire scene, I thought it was real. It was
Powerful.
put her cards on the table. He says, I am here because I believe in you. I believe you are meant to be queen. They genuinely embrace. They embrace a little bit. And then, of course, then they kiss a little bit shortly thereafter. You know,
That
hey.
part I felt was really rushed. That aspect of it. I had a feeling
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I mean,
I did not.
She was
very
there for that
predictable.
scene.
yeah. I knew it was coming, but I just felt that final, it was rushed.
You know, now, okay, being male, I didn't think it was. I thought that they embraced for a long time. Now, do you
No, I
believe
mean-
how they got there story-wise?
Yes.
Woman, she just delivered the speech of her life. Look at where we are. Look at what's doing. I'm doing this because of you, because of what the opportunities you've given me, and I believe in you. Cut this mea culpa stuff. I know I couldn't translate that very well, but you know what I mean. The
Oh,
start
woe is
feeling
me.
sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Oh, what was me?
Yes, I thought it
Yeah.
was real and genuine in that way, and
You know
the
that-
embrace leading to the kiss. But what is your thinking?
Well, first of all, the embrace was the way it was written. There was never supposed to be anything else. Rhaenyra's actress suggested that we go farther and make this more real.
Okay, yeah, it's okay.
Their dynamic, though, is very much like Daenerys and Missandei.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very much.
This is the third time you did see it, right, Gregor? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I flashed you and you didn't see.
I did see what?
It was so tiny you didn't notice.
Did see
What is-
what? I'm thinking about the episode. I'm not looking at you.
Oh, ha 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 ha! We find it funny now. All right, whatever. No, I had for the fourth time flashed it on screen. Now that's
doesn't
all.
have all
I
his
just wanted to make
glasses.
sure.
Yeah, I gave Rocka the thumbs up when you were talking.
Okay, good man. All right. Haley says, I think that she can be vulnerable, that she hasn't found anyone who she can embrace, who she is, and her thought because she was a lowlife, and now she's open to speak her opinion, and it led to emotion she can and might have for the queen. Oh,
Because she did kiss her first.
Good.
Rhaenyra hugged her
Oh.
first. She kissed her neck first.
yeah, but it was didn't. That's what you said. Rhaenyra went in first, right, for the hug.
For a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All
They're
right.
both lonely though. They're
Yeah,
at war.
and look,
Emotions are high.
emotions are very high. Sorry, I'm old. I'm
There's
male.
no men around.
There's two beautiful women. You know, hey, sorry, it's okay. We all could be worse. So, all right, fair enough. Then Sea Smoke has a writer, and news is that he has a writer, and Rhaenyra flies off.
Yep.
That was it. Okay, thoughts
It
on
was
episode
interesting.
6?
It
Go
was
ahead.
interesting what Hope said about the relationship dynamic, like similar to Daenerys and Missandei, because in the books, Daenerys and Missandei did go there,
Yes,
but
they
they
Oh,
did.
did
really?
not on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. Interesting.
Did y'all notice at the end of that scene or that episode that when everyone else assumed it would have been the Greens, there was like hesitation with Rhaenyra,
Yes.
even though she
Yeah.
thought maybe it was. But at the same time, and I talked to Liz about this before, I think that she rushed out because she thought it was Laenor and that he had returned.
Yeah.
Because she should have never flown out on her dragon. She is
By herself.
the queen.
Yep.
Ooh.
Because it seems like she had a level of trust to go out there and fly because Sea Smoke
Uh-huh.
is very much similar in size to Cyrax.
Right.
And if it was the Greens, what was she going to do?
True.
She left her son there. She left the council. No one knew anything. She just took off on her dragon.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
she's been complaining about being grounded for so long. She can't do this
Mhm.
because she's the queen. And now
Right.
she just up and gets on her dragon. I think honestly it's because she thought it was Laenor.
I do too.
That may come to pass. That has not been resolved yet. Or who knows? Who knows? I think we're going to see him again. I think we are. But, you know, I also thought Helena Truss was going to come back too. But what do I know? That's a whole other thing altogether.
There's
Folks,
still
episode 6,
season 3.
Small Folk, written by Eileen Shim, directed by Andrzej Parek. I'm sorry I did not give them credit earlier on. But all right. Episode 6, what were your thoughts? Very quickly, I did enjoy this episode. There wasn't a lot of action per se, but there was a lot of background movement. Significant things did happen. We did learn a lot about people in this episode. I was okay with it. It was good. And seeing one of the knights being a knight being lit up by a dragon, that's kind of funny.
In
Anyway.
other words, a knight being ignited.
Knight being knighted. Oh!
A night they ignited.
All right, you got it. Rocker says, I agree with Hope. Rhaenyra thought it was, Laenor, okay. No, I just thought it was like, I have to see who is turned against because she said earlier, I'm going to lose this war. And if the Team Green has another writer, I'm not going to say that she was thinking like Rhaenys because at no time did I get that. It's just, yeah, that was good. All right, your thoughts, Liz, Lord Gregor, Team Black, Michael, and Grace on your Grace on episode 6.
For a lot of it, there was some good background information that needed to be said, except for a couple of parts. It was kind of, in my opinion, really slow, but we did need that background to be put in there. My two favorite parts were when Sea Smoke claimed Adam. That was absolutely hysterically funny. And then I love the fact when all the little boats and everything started coming in, and you know they're all shouting, "Our queen remembered us! Our queen remembered us!" You know, all hail Rihanna.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that was good. I like that, Lord Gregor.
Ditto.
Um,
I'll save my breath for the.
sorry,
top
Team Black.
I like the backstory and the bond between Aegon and Larys. I don't
Okay.
like Larys. I don't like Aegon, but they're both not in a good place right now.
I don't think the kiss was a good move for Mysaria. It could only get complicated if and when Damon returned.
Threesome.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's funny, Greg.
Adam,
I was with you on that one. I wasn't thinking about that.
See,
Kinda
and I
worried.
said that. I was like, this would be the perfect time for Damon to come in right now.
Yeah.
And they did knock on the door. Well, no, they didn't knock. They just stormed in.
That
Just
was
because it's such a.
Jason.
Was it? No, I thought it was one of the.
No, it was the councilman
Oh,
who was
it was
saying that
council.
someone claimed sea smoke. And they
Yeah.
did knock, but they came in right after the first knock.
Well, they should have knocked 3 times like Sheldon, but anyway, whatever. I guess
What
now
was
we
the
know why he
button?
knocks 3 times, right? Okay. Michael.
I'm just gonna say what I did before. I mean, I just love the dragons in this episode. It was so cool. I like dragons. That's why I just sent some off to do their job tonight.
Is that why you're not having any?
And what are they going to go do tonight, Michael?
I'm not allowed to say.
Mm. They got their vectors good. I'm
They
assuming.
did. They did.
Oh, good, good.
Are they flying west?
Yes.
Yep.
You are a.
Southwest.
West Southwest.
Yes, correct. West Southwest.
All right, Greg. No need to clarify it any more than that. Your Grace, please.
City starts with a P.
You.
I like this episode. I mean, it got the messages across that we needed to see, and it might not have had a lot of action, but I agree with everybody else that that there was not really much wasted dialogue. Once again, that everything that was said had a purpose, and Sea Smoke going out to get its own dragon rider was awesome. It's like said, you know what? I screw you people. You're not finding the right person for me. I'm going to go find my own. So screw you people. I'm going to, and right now it's going to be a shocker when the dragon comes in with its own rider going, look, I found somebody. And I go, wait, whoa, what's this? But it's going to
Can't
lead
have
to a
that.
whole new
Yeah.
dynamic next episode on what kind of riders they may be looking for.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. House of the Dragon, Episode 7, The Red Sewing, written for television by David Hancock, directed by Lonnie Peristier, and we didn't give credit before, but the music is by Raymond Jawardi. So, really good stuff. All right, continuation right away. Rhaenyra and Adam. In the old parlance, I mean, this is a standoff.
Oh, 100%.
2 weapons of war just staring each other down and the warriors walking up to each other. Oh. And she says a few things and says, what do you want?
To serve
And-
my queen.
It was beautiful because he's a little coy. He's like, I might be able to be a jerk for like half a second. I can be Roger for half a second or 3 seconds. To learn the ways of dragon riders and to serve my queen. And he takes the knee and he stays there.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing with that dragon, boy? In a way, yes. Yeah. And it was absolutely awesome. And then she says, but who are you? I am Adam Hull. I said, oh, named after a ship, are you, lad? Oh, very good. How about
Mhm.
Bulkhead? But that's okay. Or Wood. Might have been better, but that's okay. He denies Corliss. You can tell he has a fraction of a second where he's like, Hull. So,
I wonder how Rhaenyra is going to feel about that when she finds out that he lied to her and that Corliss is lying to her.
Yeah.
I don't know if, well, it'd be a lie of omission, but I think because Adam was kind of trained not to tell.
That part I got, but I have a feeling she's not going to be too happy with Corliss when
No, I
it
don't
comes
think she
to
will
the
either.
light of day.
how can you trust the hand? Oh, Michael, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say probably not. I mean, and I agree, but you could he's the hand, and I think that's gonna be some problems there.
Also, you later you see, Jace and even the dragon handlers are like, oh my god, this is going to be chaos. All you're going to let all the riffraff to ride the dragon.
Oh yeah, there's some pejorative language in this episode. It does come into play a little bit, and maybe it was subtle, but yeah, yeah, it gets heavy a little bit. On the next scene, Alicent is being treated by the Maester. We see on, I believe it's the forearm, right, folks? Where she has
The
a
same
good size
spot
wound.
that she cut Rhaenyra in.
They're in exactly.
Oh,
You beat
I
me to
thought
it. I was
so.
going to say it.
I actually thought about that. That was really good. Okay, so hey, that's what do we call that in our world today? What's that called? Karma.
Karma!
That's right, baby. That's karma. She's treated by the Maester. Now, did you guys see that when they pull back on the table? Did you notice what was on the table?
The rat.
I was like, "Yep."
There's
They're-
nothing clean around here.
There's a little rat trickling across the
Well, they
table.
killed the rat catchers.
Yep, there are rats everywhere.
And that, I think, is a double meaning.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Well, no, there's rats everywhere. There's moles and rats, and everybody's going to backstab you. And it's
Oh,
just,
okay.
But they're so cute. They just want to eat. They're little hands.
and sped petulance and everything else.
But they
Plus,
don't know
rats
that.
stink. Rats stink. I like
Nice.
mice.
The bee stinks.
Thank goodness I do not know because I have a bunch of little kitty cats over here.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I told you guys when we moved in here, my cats became the heroes of the neighborhood because they were hood hunters. And they came and they cleaned up the neighborhood. There was a house. Well, I'm in my garage and right next to the alley. There's 2 houses over that it was, those hoarders. And the rats coming out of there was everywhere. Well, within a month of me being here, they were gone.
That could have been your passive income.
One of the neighbors' cats was over here hunting again today.
You know what? No. I just
right
know
there.
that. You know what? It could have been. And we found it so amusing because our cat population got way out of control because we didn't fix them at first. And all the neighbors would feed them. That was really kind of cool. All of our cats had homes like right in the cul-de-sac right here. It was really cool because they were so grateful because all the cats in the neighborhood were country bumpkin cats. But anyway, you guys have heard that story before. Haley says, I feel like her council is so loose because they don't back up her decisions and it might lead to a division and loyalties among her alliances. If that were to happen, who do you all think would betray her first? Oh, homie that got slapped boy.
Lord Bartimos.
That one.
Where's
that
the one that's not there anymore? Liz, what's his
Actually,
name?
Oh, wasn't he supposed to go to Harrenhal like 3 episodes ago? What did he? What did he get caught at Rook's Rift?
Rook's Rift?
Oh, I'm
no.
sorry. I was thinking of Rourke's Rift
Rourke's
from Zulu. That was Zulu, folks. That was 150 British soldiers held off
If
4,000.
someone's gonna betray her, it's gonna be that one because he's been gone for 3 episodes.
No, I think it's going to be Corlys.
Do you think
What?
he'll side with Damon?
Corlys?
Yep.
Why?
He has not forgiven her.
Oh. Wait,
Don't
wait.
forget
Hold.
what he wants.
Homette, it was Damon that swung that blade.
Interesting.
Damon took out his brother.
I'm not talking about that. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm thinking of. What do you,
No.
why?
What?
Because she got his wife killed.
She got his kids killed. She got his wife killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thank you, Lethal Migraine. I will have to check it out. Okay. All right. But his wife was loyal to Rhaenyra, and I think he would keep that. And he is the hand. But okay. All right. Interesting. Guys, Lord Gregor, are you with them on that one?
Yeah.
He's got to get what he wants first.
I thought it was gonna be Slappy Face, but what do I know, Michael?
I really don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. So
Okay.
We probably won't find out until next year anyway.
probably
King
not.
Richard.
I need to go with Slappy Face because
Slappy face.
well, it was just he was the only ones. Everyone saw it. It wasn't like in private. It was like bash. It's like all right.
Well, that is true. Yeah, they
When she hit him, I flinched.
she
Like,
humiliated him in front of
But it
everybody
wasn't
else.
like and it wasn't in private. I mean, everybody's in that whack, and it's like, I mean, you're going to hold a grudge. I don't care who, And so I'm going to go Slappy Face too. I think he's anyway, that's my opinion.
yeah. What does she say? I'm not mad at you, but I'm mad at myself because I let you. Anyway, I don't know where the thing is, but okay.
Well, he always whined. He deserved it, but he still.
Ooh. Oh well, no. I that's not Roger because he always whines. Roger because he was just being annoying at that moment. He got slapped. Rocker says, I still thought there should have been a conversation between Corliss and Rhaenyra when he returned after Rhaenys passing. There hasn't been, at least as of yet.
There's nothing to be said. There's nothing to be said. They have nothing in common.
Okay.
He's going to stay there until it suits him to not be. Until he gets what he wants.
Okay. Right after the rats, we see that justice is served. There's rumor of Sea Snake with a writer, and they're talking
Sea
amongst
Smoke.
themselves in the council. What's that?
See
What
smoke.
did he?
Sea Snake. Yeah, you're right. Sea Smoke. Sorry. That was someone else then. Sea Smoke with the writer, and then they immediately saying, "Do you think it's Rhaena?" That's who they bet their money on. I thought that was kind of cool. How they are like, okay, if there's anyone, it's got to be Rhaena because they see it no other way. They have no idea what the other side is doing.
Well, I love how he's secretly, the Jasper is secretly, okay, these things are coming in, but I want to put this in your department. You are the Lord of Whisperers. Do we really need to take this forward? You know?
Well, and by the way, who was talking to Larry's at that moment?
Iron Rod.
Jasper Rod. Iron Rod, yeah.
Michael, do you want to let someone know of what happened yesterday? Which unfortunately I was not able to see.
Well, that's
Oh,
why I changed my
amazing.
picture. Except,
Oh,
I
you know,
watched
it is-
it.
Lord Gregor,
it is-
thank
I
you.
mean,
Your thoughts, Lord Gregor, on anything else?
Only that I loved the end. The other two guys got their dragons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
guys.
sorry to see everybody get crispy, but the episode had a lot of good things. But yeah, no, I got to bail. The cold medicine is calling me, and I got to go to sleep.
I'm sorry,
Was
young man.
anyone-
I
was anyone
appreciate it.
surprised? No, sorry, go ahead, Roger. I'm sorry.
Lord
No,
Gregor,
we're
thank you
just-
for joining us. I'm sorry, man. You're not feeling well. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a team player,
Take
buddy.
some rest, Greg.
King Richard.
I was going to say I thought wasn't surprised by who the Dragons chose to be writers at the end.
Okay.
I thought everyone was. I mean, I just knew the one dude at the end was going to get a dragon. I mean, I didn't care how what kind of how badly he looked or how disabled he was. I knew he was going to get a dragon. And at the end, when he was riding his dragon, reminded me of how Harry Potter felt when he was riding around, or when on Spider-Man when Tobey Maguire first found out he could shoot webs and he was going woohoo woohoo. It just reminded me of all of that.
Yeah.
So I just, I wasn't really surprised at who the Dragons chose, but again, I have to go along with Roger that it was fun to watch everybody get Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, that was a little bit later.
Barbecue.
Finishing off the scene where they think it's Rhaena, they're talking about the Whisper, and your guest, Michael, who was on yesterday, right? Who is the guest that we're talking about right now?
yeah, Paul Kennedy, who played Jasper Wilde.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that was very interesting. After we
yeah.
had that nice little talk, and then he goes, "Oh, I never get out of the room," and then there was that scene that he was out on the balcony overlooking. I went,
I know. I thought that
Oh, he knew.
was so
he
funny.
knew, and I know that he was not allowed to say anything, and so I just
But he
went,
did.
but he did, but then he didn't, because he did not say, "Oh yeah, I get to go out, and do this on the episode
Yeah.
that you're going to look at in a couple hours." No, and I mean, I appreciate that, because I think it threw me, and I think it threw Liz too.
Oh, I saw it and I screamed. I almost messaged you.
Look, everyone that we've had on, especially from even Dean and Christy, everyone that has been on, they've been giving us hints. They say they can't, but they've been giving us hints, and now he did too. That was really kind of cool. That is neat.
Yeah, no, it was
All right.
it was good. He
Folks, check it out.
He told us some cool stuff, and people listen to what he says about the first time he goes to the studio.
Oh yeah.
It's priceless of what he says. I mean, it's like, I've experienced that before with other sets,
Yeah.
so I knew exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, but on this kind of a grand scale, I think it even threw him.
Yeah.
I want to give you a shout out to
The
that.
way
No, go ahead, Hope. Sorry.
Well, with the way he said that he got his role in the first place, I don't think he was ready or prepared for that scale.
No.
Even though he knew what it was and how popular the first one was.
And he was in the first one.
Yeah.
And he was in the first one, different
Yeah.
character, but he wasn't in there very much. So
Yeah.
it was very interesting. But yeah, there was a couple of nice little tidbits that he gave, and just with his experience, and during COVID, that
Of
was
all things.
Yeah, that was the biggie, that the way that they had to do things. So yeah,
Yeah, guys,
everyone,
check it
take a
out.
look.
It's on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's still on Twitch for another day or two, because it's only on there for 3 days, and it's really kind of cool. So check it out, folks. And I am not going to be able to see it till I think Wednesday at the earliest, but I'm looking forward to it. So this is really good stuff. So Larry's, did he really think that he was telling the truth, or was it the way he said, "Oh well, the nephew from the stable boy of the goat herder of the grandma of the neighbor of this," and he's like, yeah, it's best that we let that one disappear into the wind. You're shaking your
I don't
head.
think
Hope.
it was that. I don't think he was doing it for that reason, like, just because it was like passed on through too many people. I think it was he didn't want anyone to know.
You think he didn't want him to know, or he didn't want to be the one to bring it to him and then be wrong?
Any of it.
Yeah.
All of
He
it.
wanted to distance his health from the whole thing.
You don't want to be.
No.
You don't want to.
Not yet lethal migraine, but I'm going to see it either Thursday or Friday. Yeah, I'm still trying to recover. I was averaging 13,000 steps a day. I'm spent, man. I'm tired. So,
My fiance watched it today.
Oh, cool. And
I haven't seen it yet, so I won't.
are you going to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, hey, maybe we should make it a watch party. Anyway, or at least talk about it later. Okay. Right after that, the two dragons return to Dragonstone. The council's pissed because of what she's talking about. They're all talking about honor, and now there's bastards all around, and even the ones that train them are like, "You realize what you're doing? You're ruining the tradition, the honor of all this. It's got to go. We're out of here. We're done." So they walked away. And it was interesting because I believe it was her son that said, "Now we have bastards all around." And you're talking about honor? Oh, no. He said it's about tradition. He understands the worldview. He understands that you have to keep the masses in line. True or not, Mom? If these people
made him look
realize,
weak.
yes. If they realize that they can get the key to the castle, for lack of a better word, there's no way we're going to keep them in line.
But that also decreases his legitimacy to the crown.
Yes.
That
Because
happened.
if anyone can claim
Yes.
it, then it doesn't mean that he's full-blooded Targaryen. It means that half-blood can claim as well.
Well,
That's funny.
Aemond is half blood too, and so it was Aegon, because Alicent is not Targaryen. So
Yeah. Well, but she doesn't have a dragon. So, well, I'm sorry. She's not a dragon rider.
thank God.
She has a steel hand. Anyway, or steel arm, whatever you want to say it. Who keeps getting further and further away? Now she throws back in Jace's face honor, whatever. Are you talking about Aegon and Aemon and all that stuff? I mean, come on. And then says that is raise an army of bastards. I thought that was messed up. That's
Why not?
yeah. I'm sorry. Oh,
I said, why not at this point? She needs
yeah,
Ryder.
why not? And then Corlys arrives. He walks in, and shock of shocks. He says, "I am here to
Oh,
request leave." Yes, and he immediately says, "Approved." And no, yeah, sorry. And he says, "Well done." It's done. And he still doesn't acknowledge him, does he? As his son. Nope.
He just tells him good job.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, well done on that one. All right. Now, we then see Oscar Tully has answered, and he's brought the Riverlords. And what a wonderful conversation that Oscar had with everyone. I think Rhaenyra is just thinking survival at this point because she has no army, no time for entitled prince problems. Oh, someone who has no time for entitled prince problems. Oh my God, this was beautiful. Oscar Tully acknowledges exactly who he is, and he knows more about honor and loyalty than Daemon will ever know.
I also think he slipped up and said something that needs to be noted. I don't think he said he's green because he's green. I think he's saying he's green because he's green.
Yeah. Oh, I got that too.
Do you get that reference,
yeah.
Roger? He used the word green to explain his youthfulness to this new role he is in. But I think that he is team green.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when he said it. Why else would you use that specific word?
That word. Considering he has such a wide vocabulary.
Uh-huh.
As he played with Daemon. Why use the word green?
I am not Littlefinger. I am not that other chubby guy from Game of Thrones. I mean, I'd be dead.
Lord Paris.
Yes.
I love Varys.
It was great, man. They all were. I missed that. Oh my word.
We keep you alive. You're not.
He says, I love it how Tully stands up to Daemon. We recognize Queen Rhaenyra and King Consort. I
Yes,
love
not
it.
your grace.
I mean, it was absolutely awesome early on how he was subservient to him. And then when he's in the council of his peers, that was just unreal. This kid, Oscar. What is her name from Game of Thrones? From that little island, she had like 78 nights, and she says, "We kept our vow and we are with you." Remember her?
Jorah, that's the Fair Island girl. What's her
Fair
name?
Island, yes. Remember her? The North remembers oh my goodness.
I know she got killed by the giant.
Yeah. No, her name is not Dee Dee, but you're very funny. No. That's someone that joins us on Sports Talk with the guys, which I haven't seen her in a bit. That was he says, I see no reason to not keep loyalties. And then, oh my God, he
Lyanna
says,
Mormont.
Yes.
Brianna.
Oh, wait. Brianna? Okay, because
Lyanna.
every time Rihanna. Rihanna Mormont. Oh, man. She was one of my favorite characters.
Lyanna.
Lyanna. Yes, there it is, Lyanna. Thank you. See, I'm deaf. Okay.
That's okay.
He says, "Oh, but what about the injustices?" Yeah, you know what? You're right. This dude's got to die. Seize him. Oh, oh my God! I was like, ooh, someone is this little whatever, however old he is standing up to Damon, and Damon can't do a damn thing because without him,
He's screwed.
it's
Yeah.
all lost. And he
I don't
wanted to
think it
do the
kills
right
him,
thing.
though. I think he just chopped something off. That's my hopes.
Hoping against hope.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Okay, the other one was accidental. This one was deliberate. Sorry.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think Damon is just biting himself with the other guy. I mean, Damon will get even. Don't worry about it.
Okay, that's very possible because remember he says before says, "I don't need their love. I need their swords." And then it was just absolutely awesome. Now, right after that, we see the goat, and then we see Viserys near death. And what is this? And he tells him, "The crown crushes all those that wear it. Do you still want it?" Yes, the old ways call for justice to be done. Yes, this kid knows. He knows quite a bit. Yeah.
You know what's interesting with the scene that you're talking about right now, Roger? Patty said that he would come back and do this stuff, but if he was going to do this particular scene, he wanted it to be done in the distressed makeup, the disease look. He thought that would make more of an impact of what they were trying to get across.
Because he's been in 2 episodes now, counting episode 7, where
Right.
he's been in different, where he's been healthy, and then he's been other stages of his disease. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That was good. Any thoughts on that?
I feel like it's like coming to an end. Like
A
he's
progression?
seeing these people youthful, yes, and then
Right.
age.
He was not
And
ill the first time he shows up.
just like Rhaenyra was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes,
True.
you're right. I can see that as well. Yeah, that does follow. So, wow. So that means we're going to see him without. We're going to see him doing Aemon's line without an eye. After that, the scene switches. Aemon falls. Larys arrives to help, and your progress is impressive, but you must work harder, my king. That kind of sucks, man. I mean, he's doing so well. He's just. Yeah, but your life's on the line, homie. You gotta do better. That was kind of messed up. Haley says, based on the dream, I think the way the ruler's death are happening, like in Fire and Age and in Fight, go hand in hand, and it keeps repeating throughout the Valerian line.
history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Haley, have you read any of the books? Just curious.
She has not.
At least she's told you, Mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, she hasn't.
I
She's
wonder if
been
she'll
watching
answer
stuff and
now.
reading stuff though.
That's
She probably
cool.
will.
All right, fair enough.
Go ahead and answer, Haley.
Oh, ho, ho! Since you have her permission.
I could just.
Is Damon actually coming to terms with his false thoughts?
Yeah.
No, he is not coming to his terms. Right, Richard, you're shaking your head. Why, brother? What do you see?
I disagree. I mean, I agree with him. I don't know what I'm seeing, but we're talking Damon.
Yeah.
And we've been watching him for 2 effing years.
Yeah.
And so, and now he's having these hallucinations, and he doesn't like them, and I don't think he's listening to the message. And we'll see. Damon is a mean SOB.
Yeah.
And even though he has to take crap from the Riverman leader, but you can tell by his look, like, yeah, say what you want now, but you're going to get yours later.
Oh, okay.
You can just look at the way he's yeah. Okay, say what you want, biatch, but
You're getting the best of me right now because I don't
Yep.
need their love. I need their swords.
Yep, and we still got
Wow.
season 3, so you better be aware.
We have season 3 and season 4.
That's a true story, Liz.
Yes.
True story.
But I disagree with you on that one, Richard.
Oh.
I think this is completely changing him to be able to do what he
Preparing
needs to
him.
do moving forward. Exactly.
Oh,
Wow.
Michael,
Okay. All right.
I don't see it that way. I see it as these are the rough moments that he's having, but he has to get to this goal, and he's just reacting to them. I still don't believe he's growing. They do. I don't know about Hope. I'm going to ask Hope for clarity. Michael, go.
I'm torn, but I just don't feel like he's really listening to the message. I agree with with that, but then again, I feel like he's going to backstab that poor kid.
Yeah,
as
I
soon as he
do
gets what he
too.
wants. I mean,
Or the kid's
Yeah,
going to
I sure
backstab
hope
him.
so. I
Wait a
sure
minute, what?
hope so. I wanted to pluck him in the forehead. I couldn't stand him.
the kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
Well,
arrogant and cocky.
Well, he is, but I think he has. But then again, I think he has to say the right words to get everyone to follow him too, because he is young.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
he has to. So he has to show that he is strong, and he has to say what he needs to say. And maybe he goes a little too far with ragging on Damon, say, "Well, I don't like him either, but we got to get stuff done." And
He's gonna f around, find out, just like Aegon found out with Aemon.
yeah, you're right. And that's why. I mean, you can look at right. I mean, maybe Damon will grow, but right now, looking at his face, it's like, yeah, you say what you want as long as I get my swords. But once I get my swords, you're free game.
Yeah, but you notice Damon's face when he had to take the head of who he had already made an alliance with?
It bothers
Well,
me.
the question is, did he take the head or did he take something else like Hope says? Maybe he took his hand.
Missed. I thought he took the hand or the arm because it looked like he missed
Well,
on purpose. I mean, I
I
agree with Hope, but we'll see next episode, hopefully.
Yeah.
sometimes I think Damon cares more about how Viserys thinks of him, but then I doubt it. Yeah.
He just constantly seeks his approval, but never gets it.
His psyche, the dreams he's having, that knows. But his I almost went Scientologist on everyone, excuse me. But his active mind, sorry, not that I know anything about that, but all kidding aside, I just know that's one of their phrases. Where he is right now in his consciousness, he's still in denial. I'm betting he is. But his dreams, remember, folks, when we have dreams, they speak to us of how we're feeling, what's going on in our lives. And I think the dreams are screaming out his internal monologue. Oh, for the love of God.
Alice
Yeah.
is desensitizing Damon to the things he was desensitized to. She's making him more sensitive.
Yeah. Sensitive to it. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
He's going to need to feel.
I mentioned right after that we were talking about Viserys, about the crown crushing, and then Aemon falls. Larys helps him. He says, dude, you got to work harder. And then we switched to Corlys and Alan. Prepare ships. And your brother is a dragon rider. Did you realize that?
Oh, by the way. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well, he always wanted something.
Yeah. And he
Looking
says,
for
well,
something.
my brother always looked for other things. He says, yeah, but by the way, since your brother is, I believe it's Valerian, pal. It's us. It's who we are. It's this. Why
He's
don't
like,
you
not
go
me.
and try out? Dude, I can get you in. I got the interview set up for you. I got the in.
Exactly.
I'm the hand of the king or queen.
What does he say he is again? He's like, I'm the
I am salt
Salt
and
and sea?
sea. Yeah. That
That
was
reminds
good.
me of the Theon's people for the Iron Islands. They're saying.
yeah,
So every time I hear
Iron
that,
and-
it makes me think of that.
Yeah. Then we switch over to the Vale. Rhaena she says, earlier she said, I'm gonna assign you my best men and you can make your way to Pentos. And then when
Yeah.
they're leaving, she sneaks away And I thought it was really cool. I'll give my comment in a moment. Haley says, I believe that the witch has the intention to see if he caves into his vulnerability because I think she wants him to take over and she's pushing him to see his limits to see if he's worthy of it. See, okay. Comments? Because we all believe that Alice, that's who you're talking about, right? The witch, is evil. So I don't know if we would agree with this, but there's merit. I humbly believe there's merit to this.
We've talked about that though before, how she could be like the Red Witch from Game of Thrones, and she was not all negative, not all bad. She just went with what she thought she needed to do.
So if she was the Red Witch, would that make her a Green Witch because of the Riverlands, or so? Or would that be like a Blue Witch? I'm just.
I don't know. It's too strong.
Okay.
What color are they?
I don't know. Oh, I would think they're. Oh, I don't know. I just because of the river, I thought it would be whiter. Yeah, I know. I was thinking of that too, but
Blue.
I was thinking of blue or green because of the Riverlands and stuff. But then they are people of mud, so maybe they're brown. Lady Haley speaks wisely. I agree. Yeah. That was good.
Sometimes.
Hey, she's a team player. She's joining us. Look, maybe Haley will be joining us on air soon. So we have one episode left. You never know. Let me see. Right after that, Raina. Oh, yeah. I in my own joke, Raina gets away from the party and Raina's on a dragon hunt. I don't know why I wrote that. I found it amusing to myself.
That's basically what she was doing.
Yeah. The Colonial Marines and aliens were on a bug hunt. She's on a dragon hunt. Go, Liz.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah.
I don't know why, folks, but I thought that because I even underlined a dragon hunt. I don't know why.
I don't understand it. She tried to claim every dragon and none of them would take her, but yet they took the fish. They took fish. Why?
It's like, didn't she try to claim Sea Smoke
All
twice?
of them.
Like, once when she was like 4, and then another when she was like
14.
10? 14. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she tried to claim all of them.
Haley says, I think she is evil, the River Witch, Alice, and she's using him to take advantage, like working from behind the scenes, because they already have seen that he's influenced and affected by the dreams. Okay. I would go with that one. Yes. Okay. After we realize she's on a dragon hunt, Allison is on a horse, and the gold shirt is, or gold coat is like, okay, time to go back now. She says, I will retire now. Aren't we going back? I want to go back to Coruscant. Oh, I'm sorry. That was another TV show. Sorry. You know, when the little Jedi cries about wanting to go back.
The wall.
What's up?
The gold cloaks that they stole the gold cloak from in that episode, they were sending them to the wall. Who were they?
Oh,
you guys
those
remember?
Those were all of the guards that were supposed to be guarding Allison and Helena.
Are those Aemons? Are those Aemon's boys?
They said he was merciful. You mean Aegon's?
Aegon's, yes, sorry.
Yeah, probably Aegon's, yeah.
They failed in doing their job.
They said Aemon was merciful. So when I looked down there, I could see the ones with the dressed like the people from the wall.
Oh, okay. Oh, they were around him. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so they were sending them to the wall instead of killing them.
Yeah, because I saw them taking off their cloaks.
Yeah.
Okay. The gold cloak says, "When will your grace return?" There was no answer, at least something that I didn't. Yeah, Aegon's drinking, friends. Yes. All right.
Spittles.
Yes, the lick spittles. Yes, very good. Jace refers to these people as mongrels, and he says, "Well," she says, "Well, what else would you have me do?" You know, and then it gets a little heavy where, oh yeah, they were blamed for the riots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, someone's got to pay. He says, "What about the hair?" They say the same thing about us. Harwin Strong. She never directly answers him, but is this color of her hair? Were you thinking about that? So I think she tells him at the very end, "Don't pursue it," right? But even Jace at this point says, "Look, I'm not stupid. I know what happened." And Mom never answered it, did she?
No, and he had in season 1. Remember,
He knew.
had actually questioned her about Harmon
Bastard.
Strong being his father.
Bastard. Yeah, Howard Strong was always around. Oh, I keep going to my drink. I ran out. Ugh. All right. That's another reason why Jace is angry with her.
Yeah.
She's never admitted to it. And then we see a wonderful set of scenes where Mysaria hands off to Alan, who hands off to another guy, who hands off to another guy, hands off to another guy, and another guy.
know.
I thought that was kind of cool. And the word is let loose. And they're all looking for Targaryen bastards. So the fish eater, or whatever his name is, they were all celebrating Dragon Lord. What?
Ulf.
Ulf. Okay.
ULF.
Fish eater.
Not
Okay.
Alf.
And then they're all saying
yeah, it's Alf.
small folk, maybe dragon lords, and then the artisan also wants to go. And they mention that I didn't really believe it, but I'm brother to Viserys and Daemon. I couldn't keep my daughter alive, but I have to do something. And we see them all gathering on the beach, and they're making their way to Dragonstone. We switch over to Alicent strolling in the woods. Then Alicent is in the river, and then Alicent is floating on the river.
That was such a waste of the episode.
Yeah. Well, she's doing what she's doing, and that's it, just getting away. The applicants arrive at Dragonstone, and the dragon herders. Oh, it was right here where the dragon herders leave Rhaenyra. So she addresses the applicants. She does her Independence Day speech, and she talks about Vermithor, the Bronze Fury. Nothing personal, but even being small folk, I know what bronze is. If that stuff gets on you, you know that's ugly. Bronze fire or fury.
Roger, did you notice who that knight was that was with Alicent?
I
He's
noticed that
played
he
in
hung around her, and what's that?
Did you not recognize who he was?
No, because I think I was
Played
taking
in 300 and Troy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's well known. It took me a minute to realize who he was, but I was like, wait a minute, I know who that is.
You know what? I recognize the person, but I didn't place it. That was good.
There's been so many actors between Game of Thrones and House of Dragons, though, that have gone on to do so many other big things.
And vice versa. So many people want to be a part of House and Dragon and Game of
part
Thrones.
of it.
It's like the new Star Wars movies. Everyone was begging for a role, even a non-paid role. They just wanted to be in it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, heck, James Bond. Daniel Craig was in one of the episodes. I mean, it was crazy. Everyone wants to get in. So I can see that. She says, "May the gods bless you." And I muttered to myself, "In fire?" Sorry. Come forth, Vermithor. Folks, I'm not going to say that my neck, with the hairs are standing up on the back of my neck, but that's the only place where I have it. So, yes, there was. Seeing Vermithor coming out of the darkness. Wow. That was incredible.
Like you rang?
Yeah. And I did appreciate Vermithor, unlike, Sea Smoke.
Sea Smoke?
Yeah. Vermithor was, there were no games about him. Did you notice? He just like,
dinner bell
mongrels they be. And he lit them up. And he ate a lot of them, which was really funny. So
they should have named this episode "The Bastard Barbecue" or or the Bastard Buffet. Because that's
Oh,
basically
I
what it
like
was.
that. The Bastard Barbecue. Yeah, that would be good.
That's
They
what my
called this one
fiance
the
called
Red
it when we were
Stone.
watching it. Yeah.
Actually, that is really good. I like that one. And I really thought the fish eater was going to get crushed when he fell over, but no. I did appreciate how the artisan, Hugh, stood up and he claimed Vermithor. That was awesome.
I think it was his anger also helping direct a lot of it too, and his frustrations of it.
Yeah. Wait a minute, for who?
Hugh's
Sorry,
frustrations
y'all. My daughter
and everything
came
that
for
he'd gone
allergies.
through. You know?
Okay.
Lowborn, starvation, losing your child, not being able to
The
provide.
promises of the king failing, all that stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome, but he went there and he says, I'm going to. He knew what it was.
Yeah.
Not like the others. They would just wanted to get out of there. And they were
They were
hoping.
just guessing.
Yeah. So the artisan takes Vermithor, and in the fish eater, I thought that he was going to die because of my notes. Is the fish eater steps in? Oh, the eggs of the alien! Oh, here comes the alien queen. She's going to wipe them out.
Yep.
I was
And
so
no.
excited when he stepped in there. I was like, "Ooh, she's gonna eat him," and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
man, she didn't eat him."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Eat him! He just stepped in your eggs."
I
And
thought he was
this
a goner
is-
too.
Yeah. I mean, last time someone stepped in an egg, an entire regiment of colonial Marines got wiped out, man. So it was bad. It was good, and I did reference aliens in that one.
He's just laying back, looking like this.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I
I like
just
this-
love how Sea Smoke, but Silverway was just playing with him. Boop, throw him off a bit. Boop,
She
throw him off
she
a
booped
bit more.
the suit. She booped the human.
Yep.
Like 3 times.
Rocker says, I like the scene where the Dragon Keeper goes off on Rhaenyra. They must be taking the whole bastard thing hard since they hold dragons as sacred, yes. And did you notice that she just didn't know what to do? She didn't expect for them to do that. That they believed in
The
it
only one
so
that hung
much.
around was the Maester.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
that's
embarrassed.
fun.
He was embarrassed by all of it, but he did hang around. So they at least have one dragon herder or whatever. That's why I call them dragon herders, but I don't know.
I have
And then
a
we have the
visitor for you,
count.
but she can't hear you.
Oh. Hi, Hope. Oh, I said hi, Hope. I'm sorry. Hi, Haley. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. That is really cool. Hopefully she'll join us for another episode, and we'll see.
She is.
All right. We had the council meeting, and they're all distracted because the crowd is roaring. And guess what? Dragons there be. And like Richard said earlier, the way he was piloting the dragon,
Oh yeah.
that was kind of funny. I did appreciate that. And then Aemon just loses his whatever. He says, okay,
Oh.
Like, what the
You're-
hell?
you're going to come over and you're going to fly over my house? We'll
I'm
see about that,
getting
homie. Yeah, what, Michael?
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. He says,
Was
you
it-
guys want to
was it
screw
like-
around?
Had a lot of time went by because the King's Landing and Dragonstone is not that close. It shouldn't have been like a hop, jump, and a skip. Was Vagar and him following them for a long time? See, I was too. He's like a drunk. He's like a
I
drunk.
was hoping Ulf gets eaten. Total lickspittle vibes. I think we have a new word now, lickspittle. Guys, look it up. It's very English. It's very derisive. But hey, the algorithms don't know that one yet, so we're okay. I like the dragon, though. He got on his horse, went way out there, found Vagar, and obviously went to warp speed. And as he's getting near Dragonstone, he's like,
Never mind.
Uh-huh.
With riders on it. I mean, he could see
Yeah.
the riders.
Rider.
It wasn't just the dragons sitting there. They had riders.
had
So-
we
Te-
had we been
Technically, there
watching
should have
the
been 4 out there. There should have been 4.
Okay.
Yes, I
Very
noticed that. He wasn't
good.
there.
Okay. It was still cool though. In a comedy version of that, when he's flying, he would like no, the math's not right. It's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, all right, I'm out of here. Helm, bring us around. Actually, he orders a dragon.
No, Vagar.
He says
Turn
retreat,
around.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Vagar
yeah.
just kept going.
He's
That
like,
was cool.
"Ah." All Vagar wants to
Retreat.
do is fight.
It's like he had to
Disengage.
yank him. You had to yank him at a hard
Vagar's
turn.
like, I want to play.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
so much fun the last time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could see Amen going. I know that dragon. I don't know
Yeah.
this one. I don't know this one. Who's on this one? Who's on that one? And be like,
Yeah.
never mind. Turn around.
Now, there was a scene at the end of season 5 on DS9. I know I'm getting out, but when the two ships meet up with the Federation fleet and they're on their way to Cardassian space, and you see the entire armada, and it's like 4 years of dealing with these SOBs. It's
Mhm.
like, oh my word, here we go. The scene of her right there with the 3 dragons. Oh
Behind
my
Liz's picture,
word.
Yeah.
that's what Liz's background is.
Yeah.
Yes.
It moves over to the left a little. You can see Rhaenyra's face.
Yeah.
Hey Liz, you're good. You're good.
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Well, you can tell that King Patch forgot his depends, and he had to turn around. And
There was actually terror in his eyes.
Yes.
in his eye,
Like, oh, shit.
Okay, fine.
but
That's very good. Very good.
but yeah, this whole he thought he would it. So it was a
He
complete
was
game
expecting
changer
to
for
win
King
in a
Patch.
dragon battle. I mean, he did already. He won. He won the last dragon battle. I mean, I'm sure he expected
The last 2.
they're not going to. Oh, that's right, last 2. But I expected not. I don't have any problems with this. They're not going to bother me. And it's when he got so mad and he said, "I can take care of that dragon."
He
Yeah.
did the math. They knew she only had 1 dragon. And he says, You're an idiot flying over here? It's like, okay, homie Claus, let's go do this. And that
Well,
was
technically, she had 2 dragons because she does have Jace's dragon, but it's still so small. It's really not worth anything.
but the one that Ulf was driving. Is he a dragon driver now? No, sorry. That was lame.
He's like a drunk driver.
Yeah.
It was almost comedic. I mean, it really was the way he was flying it. He really was flying it by the seat of
all
his pants.
this, or like when he was in front of the dragon, or all this,
Look,
like just craziness.
his life changed. He went from fish stew to barbecue, everything.
There is a question I have for y'all. Do y'all think that Rhaenyra sent him there to make a spectacle, or do you think that's just where the first flight went? Because I know they can't really control them.
No,
I-
Rhaenyra did that. Go ahead, Liz.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. Rhaenyra did that because why else would all of them be out there? And you notice when Silverwing flew back, he flew in on top of the tower. So
that he could see the other two. But I would assume if she would have did that she would have sent Vermithor, because that's a big one.
They don't
think it
know
was a
that
surprise.
Vermithor has a rider right now, and the dragon that Ulf, I forget which one, Silverwing, right?
yes.
That one is as big as Melee's, as big as
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenyra's. I really firmly believe he was like, dude, go pick a fight, see what happens.
Yeah.
Go show all your friends.
Right, Michael?
It was bring him back here so we can show our strength.
And say, hey, dude, yeah, you got the biggest.
Now let me ask this, because I haven't read the book, so I have no idea.
Sorry.
Are we going to have a dragon battle next week, or do you think it's going to wait?
Okay, thank you, Michael. This is what's coming up. This is the final episode next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm asking.
I think we are going to have a pitched battle, but I don't know if it's going to be full dragon on dragon on dragon. I'm
Kristen's
sorry.
going to Harrenhal
Yes, it's going to be at Harrenhal, isn't it?
without dragons.
Yeah.
Now, does Damon give her 4 or 5?
5.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Does Damon give Rhaenyra 4 dragons or 5 now?
Well, if you include Chase, that would be 6.
Whoa, wait a minute. No, okay. All right, look, let's do the math right now. You have Vermithor, and then you have Silverwing, then you have her dragon, right?
Tyrax.
Yeah.
That's 3. And then you had Homie, Fish Eater, who was flying overhead. That's 4.
Silverwing.
Silverwing.
Okay, thank you. And I have now. Oh, wait a minute, I'm losing track. No, wait. How many dragons are on Team Black right now that are armed and ready to go?
5, not including Damon. Right?
Yeah, because I'm getting confused. I love dragons, but I got them all confused. Did that one that they said was wild, was that tamed? Or is that wild dragon that they were talking about?
That's the cannibal. No, that's the cannibal.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
wild
completely
dragon.
different dragon.
Is that the one at the Vale?
But that's still
Yes.
No,
No, that's Sheep Stealer.
Yeah. He'll
Yes,
be out there
Cannibal's
for-
still out there.
Oh, so there's still another one.
Yeah. yeah
Okay,
that was
you know
that
what?
wild one they were talking about.
I lost track. Sea Smoke.
Correct.
And then Rhaenyra's. And
Cyrax.
then Cyrax, okay. And then you have the Artisan, who is on Vermithor. And then you have Oath, which is on Silverwing. Damon is 5. Oh my gosh.
Bela and Jaceran. Jacerion.
Oh my god, that's 7!
Yep.
That's why he was scared.
How? How? And you know what I'm asking? How 7-1?
What's his dragon's name, Liz? Jacerion's? Is it Tyrax?
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's Tyrax. Yeah.
No,
All right.
Tyrax. These, something like that. Hers is Cyrax. What's Jacerion's?
Oh. You would
Hey,
have
hey.
asked that question.
Michael, remember all last year? These two,
Vermax?
remember these two were always telling us all the dragon names?
Yeah.
And we're like, they have names? Just kidding.
Yes.
No. You remember that first time? Like, oh, they all have names?
Have you noticed they all look different too?
and they all
If
have
you
different
compare
colors,
like 2 of them from this season versus all of Daenerys, you might be able to figure out where they come from.
Like Kiri, Lord Roger, like Kiri. Hey, Rockers, thank you. You're the one that's in
We
Venice,
haven't
dude.
even
I'm in
seen
Pomona. And I'm the Lord.
Lord of Pomona.
You were shaking your head there, Hope.
So, like Kiri,
even know why.
who is this one? Which one is that? Like Kiri.
That is Serve.
Zakiri. You got to say it in High Valyrian.
Oh,
Like Kiri.
oh, like Kiri. Thank you, Rockers. You know, Rockers has always addressed us in High Valerian, I believe.
He's very
So,
good with it.
Haley says, if they lose, I'm going to lose it. Well, that's the thing. We have some seasons to see what's going to happen. Serve in High Valerian. Oh, my God. Jeez. Now, if we were
She's been
speaking the
properly
warrior,
trained.
very, very good. If we were
We
speaking the
have
warrior
like,
tongue, then I could bore all of you to death. So
Yep.
we'll see. At the con, I only purchased one item. Like last year, I only purchased one. I purchased a Space Battleship Yamato, that portrait. There was a cup, a coffee cup, Lord of the Rings, that when you fill it up with hot water, it lights up on the side like the ring. I was going to have the cup here today, but I think I already lost it to her. So I'm going to try to have it for another day, but I'll have it for next week. It was kind of cool. It does light up, though. It's really neat. You put the hot liquid in there, and the side of it lights up like the language of, I was going to say Enya, but that's not right. Old Entish or whatever it is. But okay. Comments on the episode? Anything that we missed? I know we went through that episode very fast, but we did go over everything. Your comments on the episode, folks.
I like the episode. I think a lot of stuff happened again. I mean, all these episodes have a lot of things happening, and I don't think any of it's wasted. Even though it might come to dialogue or actions or a bunch of dragons, which we want to see. And that beginning was tense when, we didn't know how she was going to act to Adam, but, he did the right thing, even though maybe he doesn't believe what he's saying at the time, but, you have to, pick your side and then go with it. And Damon, like I said, I think maybe Damon will grow, but at that moment he was not growing. He was giving them looks like, okay, you say what you want, but right now I'm plotting how I'm going to kill you later on. So, I mean, that's what that was.
Yeah.
And I thought the writers went the way that I thought they would go. I mean, I just thought that, the fish eater dude or whatever, and the guy that ran out there to claim his dragon, at the end there, he did act kind of heroic, trying to get the dragon's attention. So he, what's his name?
Get away from
It was Hugh.
Would
Hugh?
not
Yeah.
would not eat the woman.
Hurt that woman.
Yeah. So I mean, he did act heroic in the end, and then he told the dragon, "Hey, I'm ready. Give him everything you got." And then the dragon said, "You know what? I kind of like you, dude. So hop on." So that I like. So I liked the episode, and I also like that King Patch had to go home and change his depends, and I just thought it was a great episode. Now we have one more to go. You said, Roger?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now we may have a big dragon battle
or we
next
may not.
episode, or it may end with the dragon battle about to
Looking
happen.
at each other.
Yeah.
That's what I think it will.
So
It's
and it's. I just
We know
thought
two dragons are going to be there. That's it.
Okay, yeah, but so I liked it, and I did, and now I'm waiting for the season finale. Then I guess, and that should be awesome too. I just think the whole season so far has really lived up to greatness. There might have been some glitches, but I think for the most part, and that's my opinion. It kept me enthralled the whole season. So that's my opinion.
We'll get to the question in a moment. Liz?
I actually really enjoyed this one because there was so much humor. Plus, my absolute favorite dragon came out, and I loved it. It was perfectly paced. It's building up the suspense of what's going to happen. And unfortunately, some of us may or may not know some of the other stuff that's going to happen in the future, but it's leading up to something good.
Hope. I mean, Team Black, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I think you got to look at this episode as more moving parts on a chessboard. You now have more players. Every new character is a new player, just like in Game of Thrones. A wheel that just kept on going. All of these people are new players in the wheel. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next episode, considering we only know two dragons will be there for sure from the preview.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to see the preview yet. Darn. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It moved it along. Some surprises, I thought, at least to me. I said I haven't read the book, so nothing was good. As I said, I mean, I got tainted after having our interview yesterday, and then having him on, and then I concentrated more. I hate to say, with the green people because. I had a vested
interest.
He corrupted you.
He basically corrupted me, but
Oh.
but still, I mean, I was glad because I started looking at some of those characters a little more closely because it was like, oh, I talked to this guy and he's cool and he was telling us about the character, and I will say this I'll say something he said. He said, what was it, Liz? It was, or Hope, it was like, he only had one line in the book or something like that told
Yeah,
about his
something like
character.
that. Yeah.
And so he kind of built upon that, and the director built upon that,
Yeah.
because there was only one line.
He had no direction really to go off of.
So I just thought that was very interesting. So I think that's kind of why I was in this episode. I was looking at that relationship more because of what he said. It's like, you developed this character and everything else and how you did it for one line in the book.
Oh, by the way, I didn't see this one a moment ago. No one knows Lethal Migraine, but thank you.
That's when I was laughing, Ron.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh.
see that one. When I was... All right, who else had a quick comment? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I cut
I
someone
think
off.
Haley had a question.
Yeah. My thoughts on the episodes, folks. HBO, good job. You've got us hooked. Even though there was not as much action per se as some of us have been screaming about, there is still story progression, and it is very well done. This is the way it should be. The drama is building and building. Yes, it was kind of tough early on when you think about it, in that, man, the steps that they took in episodes 1, 2, 3, it's all coming to the fore again. Damn you, HBO, damn you, in a good way. So I do appreciate this marvelous storytelling. So yes, Haley, why don't you go ahead and read that one if you don't mind, Hope?
Off topic, but I believe that Rhaenys, before going back to the fight, when she went to the water, was her way of saying goodbye to Corlys. Sorry if I spelled their names wrong. Just saying. Wanted to know what y'all's opinions on this is.
I thought that's interesting. I did not see that. I didn't take it as such. I just knew that she was pulling back, and then, like, we talked about it in detail, she just, you know what? She decided to go, but she wasn't done. She just was not done. I don't know if that was her per se, but it does fit, Haley. That's a deep comment. I appreciate that. I could see that. I don't know if it was her per se. I don't think she knew she was going to die. I just believe she was like, all right, let's go. One more. Because
She was already fed up with Corlys too. Anyway, she was
Yeah.
frustrated with him.
yeah, she was. Yeah, I saw that one coming. I think that it fits. There's a bit of, I don't know if it would be serendipity, but I believe there's some symmetry there in the imagery. That, yes, going over the water first and then coming back. Yeah, I mean, it sucked, man. I'm sorry. It's I told you that when Vhagar came, I genuinely jumped. And usually I don't watching movies like that, and that one did. I was that
I'm like,
invested.
how's that big old thing go into hiding anyway? How you hide something? like that?
Yeah. So, Rocker says, Liz and Hope, how do you feel about Rhaena having parts of Nettle's storyline? Does it bother you? And also, what do you think of Helaena riding Dreamfire in combat, as in the trailer? Oh, man! I haven't seen the trailer! I'm going to have to see it. Helaena, oh, man. What do you think?
Would you like me to inform you?
Oh, I'm going to watch in a few moments. It's all good.
Oh yeah, it's just Aemon asks her to go ride into battle with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7-1!
We don't know where or anything, but go ahead, Liz.
Yeah, how do I feel about her having parts of Nettle story? We have to combine a lot of the characters and some of the aspects together, so I'm okay with it. As far as Helaena, I think it's going to be the first time we really get to maybe see Helaena break out of crazy Helaena, shall we say? To actually do something a little bit different to see.
Hope.
I don't like the Rhaena storyline. I have a feeling it's going to be a waste, just like the Jon Snow storyline. I have a feeling they're building it up, and it's not going to go anywhere. It'll have small parts to keep it progressing, but it won't actually be anything substantial.
I have a general
As
comment.
for Helena, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, finish it. I'm sorry.
Helena Ryden, it'll be fun, like Liz said, to see a different side of her. We've also never seen her dragon. This will be the first time we see her dragon.
I was going to say very quickly that as far as some themes about storylines and stuff, folks, the only book that I ever saw that genuinely matched everything, and they were criticized for it, was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The only difference is Draco tricked them into going up to the third floor, and they were missing, I think it was the potions thing at the very end. Otherwise, the book was the movie, and the movie was the book. It was right on. That's the closest you can get. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. Clear and Present Danger, an incredible book, but the movie deviated significantly, but it was still good. Some of All Fears, the book was better than the movie, but the movie, it's just, you can, guys, look at what they did with the Lord of the Rings. It's 1,000 pages. You can't put it all in. So I think it's more of a comment for me, rockers, that you just combine them. It is what it is. You're going to lose stuff, and you hope they do a good job with it.
And the other movie that, no, I'm sorry, Roger, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, Richard, go.
So I was going to say something that was completely different from the short story, but actually was a great movie, was Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because the book or the short story or novella, whatever you want to hell call it, I'm sorry, Michael, was that it completely different, but it worked. They made it work in the movie form. So I sometimes sometimes it works, and most of the time it doesn't. Michael's going to kill me now. I said the H word.
I know you did. I was going to give you a private message. Yeah.
No, what was absolutely hilarious was how you got him off guard.
Oh no, he didn't. I was.
I don't know, dude. You flinched. I mean, we all looked down, and you flinched. And I'm sorry. That's why I'm chuckling. Richard, I appreciate seriously because it does help us out, and you know.
Hey, at least I'm not dropping F-bombs anymore, so you know.
Oh,
yes, you've come a long way, baby.
We have come a long way, and all of us have, so it's all good, folks. I think that's it. I love the private chat. I love the private chat.
Michael.
Oh my God!
That comment when
you know, Richard, that is the most.
All I see was pop out at the very bottom right of my screen. It was transparent.
Oh Lord.
Folks,
I was like,
obviously we're having a little bit of fun amongst ourselves right now because we have the private chat, if you guys know this or not. And I think that's the most aggressive comment we've ever had by Michael, and it's hilarious.
Well, I bring that out in people, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, I unfortunately don't flinch as much as I do, but there's a long story behind it. Folks, this has been a lot of fun. I'm sorry we were able to get both of these episodes in, but look, the first episode, which we all joked about, should have been quicker than the second one, but there was much more action in the second one, drama-wise. It was a lot easier to move forward. And I thank everyone for sticking with us. It was absolutely fun. We have one more episode coming up next week. I want to let you know, or I ask you all to head on over to ndbmedia.net to check out what is going on. There's still quite a few people on calendar coming up. The ARC review will begin about 3 weeks earlier than it did the year before. So we're going to start with episodes 1, 2, and 3 this Sunday at 6 p.m. And I don't know if we're going to do the Rings of Power. I know Greg is a fan of it. We may do the Rings of Power as well. Don't know yet. And Haley, young lady, thank you. You all have a good night, and thanks for letting me watch. On the contrary, thank you for playing with us. That is a lot of fun, Haley. We love the comments. Rockers, as always, man. Don't know how we met up. I'm glad you found us. Appreciate your commentary, your questions. Lethal Migraine. I appreciate your comments tonight, man. They were funny, dude. It was good. And I got to get back to you as well. Oh, Lethal Migraine, I may have some news for you. I've been working on what we were talking about. So I believe I'll be able to contact you on Tuesday. I didn't want to get back to you unless I actually had something, and that's what I'm here for. For those of you that don't know, Lethal Migraine is famous for getting under everyone's skin, everywhere, in any place. He got under my skin. The time that I found out that he was an AB positive blood-wise, and I'm AB, I'm like, dude, we're blood brothers. Yes, jokes, man. Life is about having fun. Yes. And it's been different ever since we both had the same blood type. Because he told me, he says, Raj, we have the vampire blood. Meaning we can suck in everyone's blood, and our blood's worthless to everyone else. I'm like, God, I don't know why, but that fits. So, but anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. And I may do an episode on Tuesday or Wednesday on Comic-Con. There was a lot of good stuff that happened. I didn't get to all of it, but it was cool. I was recognized at Comic-Con. A bit embarrassing, but it was funny. One person. That means 159,999 people did not know who I was.
I didn't have that much money to pay people, Roger.
You can get it. All right, folks. It's all good. All right. We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll see you guys next week. Peace. That was a good episode, by the way.